Good evening, folks. Hello. How are you all doing? See, I still do my Haunted Slippers voice, even though I am not Haunted Slippers on a Friday anymore because that show got abandoned. Loads of people in, man. Yeah, yo. How are you, fam? Are you good? Carl Rittenhouse won. I'm very happy about it, but I didn't expect it. So awesome. Very good. Someone suggested today should be called Carl Rittenhouse Day. Yes. And someone should definitely make that computer game now. Kenosha. And Ted Wheeler, the governor for Portland, is it? The liberal governor whose fault all that mess is for encouraging through a corrupt DOJ, I think. Oh, what do you call it? Department? Oh no, not DOJ. You know what I mean. What do you call the legal? Oh, what was Bill Barr? Someone help me out. What was his role again? Because you've got it on a state level and you've got a similar role as a state level and a American government level. Do you know what I'm trying to say? What's the legal? Oh, I just forget the term that you use in America. But anyway, it doesn't matter. A corrupt justice department. Anyway, so yeah, that guy's a scumbag. So yeah, he should be the boss battle. Carl Rittenhouse against Ted Wheeler in the boss battle. Anyone know what that's called? Attorney, that's it. Is that what I mean? Attorney General, isn't it? Because you call it the Attorneys General. Very good, Sanchez. Very good. The Attorneys General. That's right. So a corrupt Attorney General. Yeah, right on, man. Ted Wheeler, total scumbag. Well, anyway, did you like my meme compilation? Some hardcore heavy rock music. Amazing. Uncle Bones, I just realized I didn't follow up on your scandal the other day because I could only get so far into the video and I forgot you dropped something to do with your scandal. So if you want to drop it all over again, I just didn't get to learn what that was about. Uncle Bones been pissing some people off in the Bigfoot community or something. Bones, right? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I've got uh I've got some things that I want to hit actually. So I'm just gonna try and in the background bring up a couple of Sky News. In fact, I think one of them is a Sky News um, installment, and the other is a Daily Mail installment. But I think it demonstrates something that sort of shocked me awake about the possible dark winter thing, and it kicks me up the arse, thinking, you know what, we need to really get on top of this shit because they are gonna go after all the people that refuse to sign on to this medical intervention. And I know everyone already knows that. With the sort of rhetoric that Biden pushes, it's a it's a plague of the unjabinated. You know that line, whatever that line really is. Well, Austria, that's what kicked me up the ass, and I want to bring up the video in the background because in case none of you have seen it, it's it's quite shocking to sort of just hear it officially what's going on with Austria, and certain parts of the world are already um, like that. But this is the Western world. I think maybe Thailand was like that or somewhere in that region. But yeah, to hear it happening in Europe is a little bit closer to home, isn't it? So, they're going to go that way with the whole world, basically. So let me just try and find behind the scenes. Bear with me. You guys just chat, man. And I'm just going to try and find this behind the scenes. I did prepare, kind of. I mean, it'd be a shame if I followed my own life advice now, wouldn't it? Um, and I take an interest in the prepper community, but I'm like the most noob in the world. I'm a spoiled Brit. I don't really, it's not in quite in our blood. We stayed behind the castle walls with Queenie. We didn't venture out. It's a new land, so it's not quite in our blood to think that we've got to suddenly do shit. Um, we've long since tamed the natural world, us Brits. You know, we're just too far stuck into all the cultural shit, inventing good comedy, edgy comedy, and cool music, and good literature. Oh, really? Do we have to? Oh, shit, really? Come on. The establishment, do you have to get all tyrannical again? Can't we just have another century of fucking around? Oh, we haven't had one of those yet because you keep insisting on doing it. Okay, then. Right, where am I? What was I actually? Oh, what was it called? I think it was called. Oh yeah, Austria something. Oh, I actually think. Yeah, well, I'm so unprepared. Actually, I forgot to bring it into my hard drive. So actually, I've got to go somewhere else for this. Bear with me. I'm just gonna talk shit and buy myself more time. But I do want to show you this thing because it's pretty crazy. Um, what do you think of the Rittenhouse thing? Oh yeah, and the moon as well. What's the saying, man? There were what was it? There's weeks. What is it? I can't remember the saying. It's something like there's weeks where days happen, and then there's days where decades happen, or some shit. I don't know the quote, but it's something like that. Today was a busy day of consequential things. Oh, here we go. Austria enters lockdown for unvaccinated people with checks. I mean, it's so fucking crazy, isn't it? Right, let me try this one. It's one of these two. So I'm going to try and bring this one up and see if it's this one. But I want to play it to you. And we got 19 in, so this is good. So I want this to get good coverage. I want y'all to wake up. And oh, okay, that's not quite the right one. Right, let me get the other one then. Because what I've got is I've got two. I've got one that's just a cold news installment about that they're going to ramp up in Austria and do all that crap. The other one is interviews with locals in Austria that are the very scumbags and the Nazi youth that will be selling us lot out. So I want you to see the mindset. And I know you already know it because all your family are that way. But I'm just gonna, you know. Okay, let me try this one. It must be this one, surely. Are we there? Right, great. So, right, hopefully this plays back okay. I'm going to try. Here you go. This is a Sky News piece on Austria making vaccines mandatory.
First country in Europe to make COVID-19 vaccines mandatory by law. And the country has announced a full national lockdown from Monday. Austria's Chancellor Alexander Schallenberg said the lockdown would run for a maximum of 20 days. Yesterday, the country recorded more than 15,000 new cases of the virus, setting a new record high for daily positive tests. This comes as a fourth wave of the virus is beginning to take hold in Europe. Austria had previously imposed restrictions on the country's unvaccinated population, but will now go into a full national lockdown. Yesterday, the German Chancellor Angela Merkel announced lockdown restrictions for those who haven't received an injection in areas struggling with a high infection rate and limited hospital capacity. Meanwhile, here in the United Kingdom, the government has added proof of a third vaccination, so-called booster jab, to the NHS app as a growing number of countries making executive requirement for
because most people that want to vaccinate should be free and enjoy life and go to work and do whatever they want. If someone don't want to vaccinate, he should be responsible and take responsibility for it and stay home. We feel much safer when I know that people that walking around are vaccinated. And when I've been in some countries that you don't need to show your vaccinate certification, it feels like scary. I mean, you don't want to go into crowds, you don't want to go into restaurants, you just, a bit scared.
Certainly with a baby that cannot be vaccinated yet.
Ja, meine Meinung ist, dass es wirklich ganz, ganz schwer zu kontrollieren ist. Weiß ich gar nicht, wie sie das anstellen wollen, aber es ist sicher eine Möglichkeit, übers Hintertür eine Impfpflicht sozusagen hervorzurufen.
Impfpflicht würde in diesem Fall unbedingt notwendig sein. Denn eine Krankheit, die imstande ist, einen Staat lahmzulegen, da muss man da wohl auch die entsprechenden Maßnahmen ergreifen können. Denn wenn man auch Lockdowns verschreiben kann, die auch die Rechte beeinträchtigen, dann wäre das wohl das Mindeste. Nicht? Weil schließlich sind die Ungeimpften in dem Fall schuld an dieser ganzen Misere. Nicht? Das bleibt ja wohl.
Ich denke, es ist grundsätzlich richtig, dass wir jetzt wieder etwas verschärfte Maßnahmen ansteuern, nachdem die Zahlen ja jetzt wieder in die Höhe gehen. Ich bin mir aber nicht ganz sicher, was der Unterschied zu der 2G-Regelung generell jetzt genau ist, außer die verschärften Kontrollen, die vielleicht schwierig umsetzbar sind. Genau. Also so gesehen bin ich mir noch ganz sicher, was ich davon halten soll, ob es jetzt der richtige Schritt ist, aber wir sollten auf jeden Fall uns weiterhin überlegen, wie wir jetzt damit umgehen, und irgendwas müssen wir jetzt tun, also genau.
So wie jetzt, oder? Sie sagen das so? Na,
Genau,
Wahnsinn.
vielleicht geben wir da den Arten.
Ich finde ihn
Hello? Oh, good, it's working. Sorry about that. I was having mad technical issues. Sorry, people. Right, I didn't mean for that to go on for ages. Oh, shit, is that working? Okay, apparently this is working now. My God. Right, I don't know if that first news story came across. I'll have to watch it back. It worked for me earlier, so I do apologize if it didn't come across. But anyway, these people, look at this, man. Isn't that crazy, though? So these people are the sort of people that just, they're just sheep. They're bought in. Look what she's saying. I think it's right. It would be nice to put an end to all this, and scientists and data show that this is possible through the vaccine. Sooner we are all vaccinated, the sooner we will return to normal life. I know that because the government told me, and I saw it in a news program. Oh, a sweet little old lady gonna sell you
Für mich
out.
ist er total in Ordnung, weil ja, es wäre besser.
Anyway, I'm gonna cease playing that shit. You get the idea. I don't know how much that came across, but the point is, all of those are the brainwashed morons, the minions. So at this point, we've all tried to stop them dragging us all headlong off a cliff, right? And obviously, we will not cease speaking the truth and representing it for everyone. But at the end of the day, you got your own back at this point. You got to get your own back at this point. So why am I showing you that? When I saw those news, I've kept my head out the news largely for the last couple of months since I've been doing this whole thing, but I might have entered into a bit of a lull, forgetting the immediacy. But as soon as I saw that, the framing of the narrative, and it really is getting serious now, where Austria's, if that's going to be mandatory in Austria, it's coming here. And we already know it's coming there to the States as well. I know certain states might be able to make a better case for not having it happen there, but that's the general direction, isn't it? That's the general tenor. So I just had to show it to you. And the reason I'm also showing it to you is, especially for my UK buddies, I always link in the description to a soya microfilter, a water filter, and a foraging book. Now, I'm loosely part of the prepping community because I find it quite interesting, but I'm nowhere near where I should be with that. Like I said, we're Brits, man. We're not used to having to do that sort of shit. So we just pay someone else to cook our food for us and prep it. We just get some slave labor in for the rest of the world. We taught you guys how to do slavery. Thank you very much, the Yanks. And we're very good at it. So the point is, yes, I'm not particularly smart when it comes to that stuff, but I see the writing on the wall. I know what needs to happen. And all our crew, look, I've put that water filter in the chat for you to just go and get it. It's 30 quid. Get it now while you can get it. You'll regret not getting it. And get the foraging book as well. And that's just backup on top of all the prepping, the real prepping you should be doing. But I'm saying they're going to make it. Here's another thing as well. Media Consumer 9/11 just put out a post that Aldi are going to sack all staff that are not vaccinated by next March. So I'm telling you, man, this thing's ramping up. Just trust me. I don't mean to be a scaremonger, but well, yes, I do actually. I'm telling you, pull your finger out, go and get prepared. If you haven't got a water filter, in other words, if you're relying on water fed through pipes to your home, don't be. You might become a pariah. That's the attempt. We are in the middle, and I know you guys all know this, but I'm just reminding you, we're in the middle of a globalist revolution. This is a revolution. Really. This is the elite's revolution against the people, really. They're transforming society and making it in their psychopathic image. So it's all about what they can leverage you to do. And so you have to change where that threshold is for what the state can buy you off with. And the more you have and are able to source yourself, the less they've got over you. So when I say there's a water filter there you can get for 30 quid now, that maybe in a month you won't be able to get it because of supply chains, because supply lines, because of petrol crisis, because of internet, cyber pandemic, all that shit that Klaus Schwab's talking about. I'm telling you, Saggy, Active, all my crew, anyone, it's in the description. Go and get it. If you haven't got a water filter, go and get it. If you ain't got food, start fucking getting it together. Seriously. And networks, start to strengthen all the sort of networks you've got. That's what this is meant to be as well. But we've got to start to talk in those ways. I'm all for having a laugh, but yeah, if there's not a dimension to this thing that's not keeping it real as well, then it's no good. But I'll chill out now. I've said all the heavy stuff. I know listening to some stupid, boring Sky News that wasn't coming across properly, presumably, is a bit dry. So I'm all for having a laugh at this point. But hope you hear what I'm saying. Paradox is ready. I don't doubt Paradox. Well, I reckon most of you guys, most of the Yanks are probably far more ready than any of us. I know Icon's ready. Catherine T, nice to meet you, by the way. Oh, 100,000 NH. What are you saying? Nice to meet you. You are new. Catherine T, 100,000 NHS staff probably get chopped too. Absolutely, yeah. That's what they're going for. And that's so dark because just think about, with any revolution, what you do is you basically get rid of all the old people out of the system, out of the institutions, and you replace them with basically people that are going to do your bidding. It's a complete replacement of people that are signed on to the new agenda. And so what they're basically doing is swapping everyone out, not only in the NHS, but in the police, but in shops, but in, polite society. If you're not susceptible to their brainwashing techniques, in other words, and not only that, actually, I should say, all those people that have already signed on, they'll be in denial, like deep denial. And so they'll be even more inclined to be brutish when it comes to, and lack compassion when it comes to those that insisted on an alternative view of events such as ourselves. So the days of compassion and, all that are gone. It is a medical apartheid. It's sick. This is the agenda. It is sick. But I'm not trying to scare you. I don't want you to get a knot in your belly. It's also hilarious. Like, it's so crap. It's hilarious. It's also the perfect mirror to that psychopathic, narcissistic aspect of human nature, that whole codependent fuckery that we've all got used to in our own microcosms of our dysfunctional family units. We're just seeing it in wider society more starkly than we've ever seen it. And so it's a beautiful vantage point. We're very blessed to be able to see it. And look, we are not of the earth. We're not here to stay. So just, you've got front row seats to this thing, and you might survive it longer than some of the morons around you, or not. But we could certainly, bolster each other in the process, and give ourselves the best chance we could have ever had in terms of morale, least of all, to actually get through it. You know what I mean? So good luck, people. I'm gonna have to just sort of skip past a bunch of stuff, but I'll try and, like, I've obviously inevitably missed a load of stuff that you've already said. My apologies, but Sweetly Moby Bear, I'm on a road, but I love you all. Thanks. Well, that's no worries, man. You listening to us like it's radio. Very cool. Right, let me skip a few. Fuck off, Ruthless. Never drink the water. I think that's probably top advice. I drank some water, by the. I mean, this might be just me being paranoid, but there's talked about. Well, I don't know if I should say the words, because the word beginning with G that's hexagonal at a molecular level, that's one cell thick, that stuff. Well, they're talking about using that for water filtration in the UK. It's on the government's own website. Well, graphene oxide. Anyway, I tasted the water yesterday. Like, I usually hydrate just through drinking tea and coffee. It's just the way I am. I'm British, but I drank some of the water yesterday, and I swear to God, it tasted metallic and worse than it's ever tasted. And it tasted like there was a new twang to it. So I don't know if that's just my paranoia, but I swear to God, man, that's what I thought. Tasted odd. Scotty FJC, did I just tune into an SBS Live? Yeah, sorry about that, man. Kind of, yes. Tony the Rock Fams, hello. If you can buy freeze-dry foods, canning foods, and canned foods, yeah, that's the way to go. I know. I mean, I'm wanting to get grain, basically. Like, I want to get some really good grain to make breads from and stuff like that. Like, I don't think flour would keep as well, although I think flour does it is far more compact. But anyway, I'm all about that, mate. But like I said, I'm such a novice that it's an afterthought. For me, I have to just tell my crew, especially UK crew, just the basics, like drinkable water. That's the first one. If you ain't got a water filter, and that goes for everyone. If you ain't got a water filter, and they're so cheap right now to get them, that does. I think it's either 100,000 liters or 100,000 gallons. I can't remember which one it was, but either way, it essentially do you for life with no filter change necessary. It's really small and compact, fit in your pocket. Jobs are good. So I at least think everyone should have one of those. Raymond 11, nice to meet you, Raymond 11. How you doing, man? How are you doing? Michael Hayward, Bear, put it in the ditch and chat with us. Yeah, kill the body, ditch the body, and come and talk to us. No one cares. No one's looking for her anyway. Your ex-lesbian lover, I should say. Tony, the Rock fams, I'm ready. Have filters, different foods. Well, you're golden then. Everybody get ready like Tony. Come on, grow a big grey beard and get some canned goods and shit. Everybody turn into an American now. We got to get through this, guys. Come on. Art Matters, Grey Man, prep, unfortunately. Yeah. Icon says with snow, ye sprout. Actually, I might get Icon on. Icon, do you want to get on, mate? Do you want on? Up to you, dude. Excuse me. Icon says with snow, ye sprouted all the heavy stuff that will get this vid pissed off by old Susie. I know, mate, but I also thought like it's just the news and they get to say the word, don't they? And I was like, well, I'm just playing their news thing. And I haven't given any medical advice. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just stating facts. So I'm willing to give it a go. But you are not wrong, mate. And they would do anything at a stretch anyway. But I'm willing to give it a go. Subdue Light, lots of new people. Nice to see you. Camp, Stove, Bushcraft, Saw, etc. Nice. Very cool. Exactly. Well, I've got a pretty good toolbox that I've put together actually recently for doing the new apartment up, which I'm not moved into yet, but I'll be moving into probably tomorrow, I reckon, by the way, for anyone who's interested. Scotty FJC, I can picture Hiveless in a skirt with a mustache while reading that out loud. Well, I'm getting ready to whore myself out, mate. And it's, increase my that's part of my survival strategy. You know, I've got nice legs. What do you want to know? Shave legs, wear skirt, and kind of just hide my stubble, just lure all the people in Small Leaf to their doom, and then just mug them all and get all their stuff. Awesome. Jeff Harding, I've got 48k roads of what the I don't know what RDS is. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. Of 5.56 ammo, 8,000 RDS of 9mm, lots of ammo things. It'll be new currency. That's right, actually. Ammo, booze, tobacco, and medicine. That's right. Well, salt. Add salt to that because salt will. I know that people on the coast can get that any time, but it's true. Salt is an old currency. You're exactly right, mate. 1,000,000%. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I mean, I can't remember what they call that. Oh, I can't remember what they call it. Oh, is that what you call it? Russian? Is RDS the Russian? I can't remember what it stands for. I remember Ken Wheeler was going on about it, and it was sort of, because I'm English, it was like, what the fuck is he on about? Russian something, and it meant bullets, basically. Tony, the Rock fams, the only ones you have to worry about are the Karens, lol. Yeah. Dude, the mindless sheep. Well, even the mindless sheep, though, will sell you out, casually sell you out. You know what I'm saying? It's just their mode. They never developed a moral dimension. That's all part of their mode. They just lean on the dictates of the state and the media. I can't understand it myself. It must be akin to being literally a zombie. I just don't get it. But there you go. Subdue Light. They want us to be safe by starving us or ramming you with it's sick. It's so sick and obvious to all of us that are thinking and got our heads screwed on that. It's all part of the sickness. That's all. That discord is part of the agenda as well. It's sort of to shock and confuse, stun. It's designed to stun. That's why a big heavy dose of humor is needed. That's why when I say know it, see it, prepare for it, and then have a good laugh. Because as long as you're as best prepared as you can be, logically, rationally, reasonably, you do what's in front of you. And once you tended to what you can tend to, just be in good spirits after that. What else have you got to do? Nothing. So chill. But I did have to sort of get real a bit because I see they're ramping up with that narrative now. I've sort of lost my place. Sorry, I've just totally lost my place. I've just seen. All right, let's blast through. I don't want to get too far behind, but let me. Right, I'm just going to be brutal. Michael Hayward, he's been. Why did I go to that one as being like the most important of the messages? Michael Hayward, he's been dancing with Mr. Rimtor. Are you talking about Ruthless? What? Icons Christmas now. Jeff, you forgot food, dude. Some prepper you are. That is funny. Very funny, Dad. Icon is hilarious. By the way, I've pinned Icon's channel, everybody. And in fact, because we have such a good turnout, hey, could everyone do me a massive favor? And I love you all if you would do this. Icon's got sort of 27 subs at the moment, right? Or something like that. Please, could you all just go and subscribe to Icon, the pinned comment at the top there? We're trying to get him to 50. As soon as he breaks 50, then feasibly he has no excuse not to be starting to do live streams. So could everyone just jump on over there, especially you guys that are all engaged? Icon is awesome. He's a farmer from Wisconsin, and he's got a great voice, and he's got a lovely spirit, and he wants to start chatting a bunch of shit. So go and give the guy some love. Please, thank you. Go and sub to him now. And if you hit the link, just make sure you right click and open in new tab so that it doesn't take you away from the stream. But do it. Thank you. I'd really appreciate it. If we can crack 50 subs for him tonight while on this thing, that would be fucking awesome. Thank you. Michael Hayward, he's been. I don't want to read it 3 times. I didn't want to read it 1 time. Tony the Rock Fams, you leaving, Mairead? Well, what did Mairead say? I must have missed that. Jeff Harding, I've got more food than anything, but food will never be the currency. Well, it would be for a starving guy who can still do things with his mouth. Mairead Hasketh, love and light. See you guys soon. I'll see you later, Mairead. I don't know what you're doing, but I'll see you later. Paradox Fossils, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, even though it's kind of fucked up. 1,000,000% Paradox Fossils. That's the sort of stuff we got to root ourselves in. That's got to be your grounding. 1,000,000%. We really are spiritual beings having a human experience. Part of the human experience is coming to terms with the inadequacies of existence in the dual, right? The insistence on this is the price of life. This is the price of ego, individuated consciousness, fractured being. This is the price. It really is. Elites, psychopathy, and the rest. At least you're still resonating with the good in the true, holy expression. But do that much, remain virtuous and in resonance. But yeah, art matters. Yes, Hive, tragic yet karmic. Right on, man. Right. So this is the spirit. This really is the spirit. I know you're all there anyway, but it's like, yeah. This is the transmission though, isn't it? This is the transmission that I thought had to occur. Tony the Rock Fams, have a good night, Mairead. Yay. Michael Hayward, mom's hanging tough, keeping the big ones and throwing out the little ones. Well, cool. And where in the scheme of her, experimentation were you conceived? Was your dad a midget or a big un? And if so, that wouldn't explain why he's still not around. I thought you said she's keeping the big ones. Your dad's small then, mate. That's what that means. IQ 1,000,000. Mairead, Tony the Rock Fam, see you soon. Mwah. I thought you were going, Mairead. Can't keep up. Change your mind. Good. Blazen Hogs, very good to see you, Blazen Hogs. Blazen Hogs, I'm gonna. I checked out your channel. I think I'm a sub to you. I've subbed to you, Blazen Hogs. Blazen Hogs. Well, he calls himself a hillbilly, but he's basically a hog farmer, Blazen Hogs, are you? Or just a lover of hogs? Either way, he loves hogs, and he's got a bunch of them in his freezer for the winter. He's got all his meat for the winter sorted, Blazing Hogs. And I love your spirit, mate, and I love your upbeat vibes, and I think you're awesome. Blazing Hogs is awesome. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to pin Blazing Hogs's. I'm going to pin your channel at some point, Blazing Hogs. I don't know if I'll do it in this one, but please feel free. And this goes for all of you. If you're not blue, this won't work, but bear with me. But if you are blue and you're a mod, you can actually shill your channel out to everyone. So if you want to show your channel Paradox, Blazing Hogs, if you're blue, do it. Show your channel out. Thank you. At any time, by the way, Michael Hayward. What? What does that even mean? Tazring Wangsby. Tazring Wangsby. Please elaborate. I don't speak Chinese. Blazing Hogs. Me bruvs, shovel up. It's cold, man. I'm just gonna pretend like he's talking to someone else. Catherine T. Catherine T. Not paranoid. It does taste metallic. Yeah, exactly. It tastes worse than ever, by the way. Like, it really tastes worse than ever before. Icon sees Mr. No. Be right back. Off for a. I didn't know camel was slang for masturbation, but you live and learn. Camel means wank. Who knew? Mairead Hasketh, Paradox Fossils. Fuck off, Ruthless. I'm not worried. I'm a pucker thief. Does that mean you're going to steal kisses? What does it mean? I don't know what it means. Subdue Light. Grab biking airsoft goggles in case they want to pepper us when things get worse. Yeah, well, I did think having if you mean having a push bike around, I don't know what you mean by grab biking airsoft goggles. Yeah, I mean, fine. I think that's probably a good shout. Have a contingency plan, that is for sure. And I'm at the point where if you can get really on top of stuff, start developing food caches, really buried food caches at undisclosed locations, or possibly disclosed to only people that you trust. Point Fire. Hello, Point Fire, by the way. How are you, sir? Nemo, take off the tinfoil hat. Stop goose stepping or bayoneting the heavy bag. Join the chat. Wow. Yes, you total fucking Nazi. Get back in the chat, motherfucker. Paradox Fossils, need extra water filters for your homes these days. Yeah, mate. I really want to get one of those. But what are they called? The Berkeley filters or something, or Berkshire. Oh, I can't even remember what it is. The gravity fed one, the one that Alex Jones always touts, but it's good. It's like, their own patented technology, but it's said to be the best one. Is it the Berkeley water filter? I think it might be the Berkeley gravity fed one. I want to get one of them. It will set you back a couple £100, but I want that as well as the portable version that I was banging on about. Subdue Light. Haha. Sorry, I meant would be good to grab in case of power outage or no source of cooking in a camping environment or your back garden. Right. Fuck off, Ruthless. Beat facial recognition by wearing a motorcycle helmet. Genius idea. I love it. And dude, that'll see you right having one of them regardless. Let's face it. Point Fire. Raymond 11. Good evening, brother Raymond. Good evening. And Jupiter's here. Good to see you again, Jupiter. It is cookies, not biscuits. Hey, everyone. Hello. Jupiter, you changed your photo. Very sexy. My God. I thought you said you was a married woman. Did you? Please say it ain't so, and I was imagining something. Jeff Harding, a water filtration system, a weapon and ammo for defense, dry foods, and a large cache of antibiotics and other medicine, batteries and hygiene items, blades and tools. Genius. Can't argue with that, Icon. He tried to bring out the autist then because you were complaining. He's trumped your obsessive compulsive with his autist icon. Winning, Jeff. Yes. Blazen Hogs, Hiveless B. Raymond 11. Is an alpha mod him up? Okay, then. If you say so, I will do it, Blazen Hogs. I am forever at your mercy and disposal. Yes. Yes, sir. Add moderator. We have our own little grift going on, people. But basically, Blazen Hogs gets it, and he sees potential for this space. And he is the JLP, Jesse Lee Peterson, after party inventor and maker. And yes, when he sees a good thing, he makes it happen. He's like the fairy godmother, but a hairy hillbilly pork loving one. Yeah. So we basically slowly, like a life raft, getting all Jesse Lee Peterson's crew to come on over here, which is awesome because they're literally the best kind of people ever in the world. Very cool, mate. Very cool. Subdue Light, have about 3,000 tea bags stored just in case. Might need more. Well, that will be currency at the end of the day. Like tea in England, especially, will be currency. I think that's a good shout. Scotty FJC, too much fluoride in our drinking water, blocking our pineal glands. Yes, but the first thing, the first concern of mine when the apocalypse finally comes round is not that I can't meditate properly, Scotty. I can't quite focus today on account of all the fluoride. But yes, true, sir, true. Nemo 0.5. Just think how sharp I would be without a calcified pineal gland, Scotty. This is with a calcified pineal gland. Just imagine how fucking enlightened I'd be with a squishy one. Nemo, point fire. Hitler was a demented murderer. It's amazing how many people supported his wicked mission. I expect a lot of Hitler supporters around here from the JLP Hake Chat. You will have supporters. Nemo throwing down. Oh my God. Point fire. Hitler was a demented murderer. It's amazing how many. I am aware of both. Obviously, I'm aware of the official narrative about Hitler. I'm also aware of the alternative Hitler narrative about Hitler. I don't have a dog in that race, and I do not. I don't take a position either way. Although I'm just going to sit back and watch all the fireworks. But please, everybody, get on. Hitler, Nazi or no Nazi, please, can everyone just get along? I think the perfect middle ground is to say that Hitler was still in this, whatever you think, Hitler was still, what was he? He was still an elitist establishment hack job, whatever you think. It's conceivable that from the Germans' point of view, he might have been good for a time, in that sense, leading up to the war and stuff. But I think, yeah, there's no need for me to really sort of give an opinion about it. You've heard me talk about Ernst Zundel before. That's just a fascinating case. I don't really take a position on it, but I do think the alternative narrative on all of that is quite interesting, and that's all I'm going to say on the matter. But it does not mean that that I worship Hitler. No, definitely not. Although I will say that, yeah, I don't. Well, I'll back Nemo up on that one in so much as to say I don't buy the whole. I don't like the trying to frame everything as if it's necessarily like a Zionist, agenda, because it's, even if there's aspects of it which are, and there are aspects of it which are, it's not actually the main agenda is not being driven by that group, and certainly not by. Yeah, and that's just another interest group. It's the globalists per se, and they haven't got a religious, in that sense, a religious or racial dimension to them that's common in that sense. Really, really. it's whoever's going to sign on to doing it, you know, and getting it through. Like in the case of Bill Gates or Fauci or whatever, it's whoever's going to sign on and get it done. Boris Johnson, you know, it there's no racial component to what the globalists are doing. It's just whether or not you're going to work for the fucking to push through their revolution or not. That is their grift. So like everyone trying to make it the Zionist thing is it's missing the bigger trick anyway. It's not where the focus needs to be. But that's just my opinion. You do what you want to do. The Enlightened Mank. Hi, this is funny remix video of an Australian MP. Okay, Gladys Barajik. I can't say that shit. Takes over the world video. That is a remix of her. Oh, I think I might have seen it actually. TV Ovid speeches. I know the one, mate. She's a hideous human being, isn't she? And yes, I know the bird. I think I've even seen it, but I will watch that later anyway, mate, just in case I haven't. Thank you, brother. And if it's awesome, I will try and download it and play it back on one of these very soon. But like I say, I haven't got true screen sharing capabilities at the moment. Hence I tried to play back those Sky News stories, and I think it might have failed, but I won't know until I watch it back. Scotty FJC, Nemo, why the tangent this morning, bro? Yeah. Well, I think Nemo said to me before that he's from the JLP crew, and he's had some sort of clashes with the people there. Michael Hayward, clueless bee. Yes, exactly, mate. Of course. I try my best, though. I do try my best. But I'm all right with being, hey, I know my limitations, mate. In fact, probably I don't know my limitations, actually, because that's one of my limitations. Point fire. Nemo, I'm so sorry to burst your delusional bubble. We've heard my case there. There's a middle ground rationale for why, in either case, it's a bit like the case I make to Mank about some of the more out there flat Earth claims. It's like, as far as I'm concerned, the Earth is provably not a spinny ball with water clinging to it, because that's actually impossible. But most people on the face of it would think you're mad for saying that, and they wouldn't even want to look into it. But I think that's as far as you can reasonably go with someone who's not even willing to approach the subject. So, like I say, I think some of the people in the chat, which in Jesse's chat, that go next level, like anti the Jewish stuff. It either way, it's defeating their own cause, isn't it? You know, so even if there's an aspect of truth, them claiming that it's all that, it's just defeating. It's not very pragmatic or wise. So I'm with Nemo on that one at least. But then I don't know what Nemo actually thinks otherwise. But that's my own nuanced take on it. I hope everyone can appreciate it. JCL Ohio, I'm proud to have you all in my network. Awesome. Well, it is a good network, yeah, that we're building. Art Manners, laugh in the face of evil. Bill Gates and Klaus. I'd love to play you this video that I've got. In fact, I think there's a documentary called Call Me Bill. Can someone behind the scenes find me if there's a comedy documentary called Call Me? In fact, hang on. Yeah, can anyone find me behind the scenes if there's a documentary called Call Me Bill? In fact, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna just try it myself, because I'm so far behind the chat that by the time I find, I'll probably just end up skipping it. Anyway, it's so funny. It's this spooky spoof of Bill Gates. It's a guy who goes and gets the jab, and he starts to turn into Bill Gates, and it's so funny. It's about 15 minutes long. I've asked them for permission to see if I could mirror that video on my channel. They haven't got back to me. So I don't know. But I am trying. Oh yeah, if anyone's new to the channel, by the way, please sub. Please do sub and hit the bell. Definitely sub and hit the bell. Thank you. It's not for me so much as, you know, keep coming back and we get into it and we have a good time, man. But if you don't hit the bell, you won't know when we're having another one. Right, let me see if I can find their channel and the video in question, because I want to link you to it in the chat. It's so funny. Remember, if you're new here, please sub to the pinned channel at the top of the chat box. Right click, open a new tab, and subscribe to that channel. Icon the Great. We're trying to get him past 50 subs in this chat. He's only at like 30-ish, presumably right now. Right, let me do this. So what did I say? Call Me Bill. I think it's called Call Me Bill. Dirty Sloth. That's it. Dirty Sloth is the channel, I think. Call Me Bill, Dirty Sloth. Right, let me jump on that. I'd love to play it to you right now, but it's so funny. You want to have a good laugh? Watch this. Hang on. I went to my Truther meeting yesterday. I went to my Truther meeting, which is essentially like a house church with a bunch of Christians, essentially. And some of them might even be here listening now. I don't know. But as is usually inevitable, I'm coming more from the Eastern perspective of things. Self-inquiry, Advaita Vedanta, loosely speaking, Buddhist. And I inevitably got into a big argument with the Christians. And it does feel sometimes like I'm banging my head against a brick wall, because for all of what they're into, which is beautiful and similar in spirit for sure, although one of them would have claimed otherwise, because they seem to think that Buddhism is necessarily demonic, since all the deities, the Buddhist deities, are demonic, they were claiming. And I'm saying that's such an unsophisticated read of what that whole, what would you call it? Well, the pantheon of deities really represents. It represents some really deep, sophisticated stuff to do with the cosmology of self, really. Hang on. Or the qualities of would-be qualities of an enlightened being. Right. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to do. It doesn't go well for me when I try and do more than one thing at once. Call Me Bill is what I'm trying to write. Call Me Bill. Right, here's that documentary. Please link to this, or put this in a separate tab and have a good time watching that thing I just tried to throw in the chat. Has that gone through? Yeah, there you go. That's the documentary. It's so good. Laugh in the face of evil, art matters. There you go. That's my response to you saying that. Right, I'm gonna have to just be brutal and skip past a bunch of stuff. But Nemo's saying, "Point fire. I'm not delusional. Hitler was a demented, angry murderer, and anyone that supports him or his mission is demented as well." Well, I certainly don't support him, but I'm merely aware that there was an Eric Dubé. Not that I'm a supporter of Eric Dubé. He's probably an establishment hack job shill too. But he put out that alternative documentary suggesting that that Hitler was awesome. Well, I don't buy that, to be honest. But I do see in some respects he was the sort of he was the answer to a lot of hollowing out of Germany by the banksters of that era. And so in that respect, from that perspective, that's therein lies the fracture between your 2 points of view. But Nemo, come on, mate. Also, you got to have nuance and appreciate that other people have a different point of view as well. But I suppose you're just keeping it real. In fact, you know what? Nemo is keeping it real and just letting you know that is, I think, with certain subjects to certain people, it's not even worth the. It's about the art of warfare as well, isn't it? It's not even worth the. Even if you believe that stuff, even if you believe that Hitler was awesome, it's probably not worth your. In any case, it's such he's such a toxic name and character that anyone who's just look at the alt-right, for instance, like trying to I remember when the alt-right was a cool thing, by the way, and it wasn't associated with a bunch of racist crap yet. But let's face it, they've been successful in conflating the alt-right with this whole sort of pro-Hitler movement, haven't they? You just have to accept that in any battle you've lost some battles and won some battles. Well, that's one that you've lost. So just accept that Hitler is tarnished, and even if you want to like him, you can't publicly anymore. You just have to secretly worship him in your basement, for anyone who wants to do that. Right, I'm going to skip that one, Scotty. No offense, but and you know what? You know what I'm going to actually do? I'm just going to skip past loads. I'm just going to catch up with you. I'm not going to do what I did the other day. I'm just going to literally catch up with you. So there you go. I've missed everything you've been saying, but who cares? I'm just going to assume that you've all had a good time anyway. And now at least I can be in real time with y'all. So what you're saying, Blazen Hogs. Nemo does what Nemo does, folks. Right, Nemo? Yeah, right on. Fuck off, Ruthless. Let's go, Baldwin. That's very funny. Yeah, I come to appreciate there were some memes that were conflating the Carl Rittenhouse case with the Baldwin incident, which is very funny. Too great comedy effect. Too great comic effect. Wagon Breath, what's up? Right, does anyone? Because does anyone want to come up? Well, let me just do this. Look, let me put the thing in the chat because I might as well mix up. You've heard me banging on enough. You can tell my voice is a bit tired. So let me just put the link in the chat. And see if Wagon wants to come up or Icon. Or Jeff. Whoever wants it. There you go. People. There you go. JCL Ohio. Hiveless, you crack me up every time. Good. Worship Hitler alone in your basement. Yes, exactly. Well, that's just how I saved it because I was skirting a little bit close to the sun. So that was me just pulling it out just at the very end, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Paradox Fossils. When church people knock on my door, wow, that was quick, Icon. When church people knock on my door, I tell them I'm Buddhist, and they almost faint. Dude, you heard me say before. Some what do you call them? Jehovah's Witnesses came round, and I out preached them about Buddhism. I really did. Like I totally out preached them. It's so funny, so fucking funny. Oh yeah, it's screen name 229 again. Good to see you, man. What it do, y'all? What it do, y'all? I don't know. Press it and see. Push the button and see. Right, let's. Icon. Oh no, Icon's still doing stuff. Yeah, you do your thing, Icon. I'll wait till you come back. Oh, I think you're good now, aren't you, mate? Yeah, he's good. I'm getting you on. There you go. Hello, fella. How you doing?
Yo, B, what's happening?
Yo, it's been a week, mate. What's been going on? That's better lighting, mate. Very nice.
Thank you. I ain't been up to nothing but the usual shit around here.
Prepping, getting ready for the winter.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I just got done. Well, I got halfway through some cleaning in our back hallway so I can move a big shelf because I have to pack all my potatoes into cold storage in the closet, and I got like halfway through that and other shit came up, so I've just been running around in circles. And everything's a mess.
Fair enough, dude. I might just respond. I've got to quickly respond to Point Fire, not to get distracted. All it was Point Fire saying, "Hiveless, I'm a race mixing pothead." He's just letting me know he's not a racist, basically, because he doesn't want me to get the wrong impression. That's okay, Point Fire. You mix races away. You go and mix to your heart's content, mate. Do what you got to do. I've never quite understood that argument anyway. I'm not quite on the same one as hardcore as Jesse, but it might just be that my perspective when it comes to nations relating more to tribes or race my thinking is a little bit too liberal or confused on that point. It might be that he's developed an instinct that I'm just not the generation that, you see what I mean? So I just don't know. I just don't have the same sense around that whole thing. But hey, that's just me. Penny, for your thoughts, Icon, on that, mate. What do you think about that whole thing? You've ever heard the argument that some people say that races shouldn't mix, but I'm not quite there with that.
I guess along those lines, I'm more the kind of person to say, well, just let people do what they want, because you're going to find people that want to mix, and you're going to find people that don't want to mix, and both sides have a right to their own opinion and ideas.
Right on, and a beautiful segue to JCL Ohio's comment, which I agree with, which is to say, he says, more than one path to the divine. Hindu and Buddhist count just as much as Christians. I totally agree, JCL Ohio. And I have to accept that the Christian route through their character in a book called Jesus is just as legitimate as the profound negation of all that which is not so about the structure of the self. But either way, I get why the Jesus one feels like a bit more of a happy, warm pill. But only up until a point, because if you do it proper, then you I think I've attained heaven. I've attained the state that Jesus was banging on about that you could attain here on earth, whereas I think most Christians don't attain that. So I seem to think that Jesus may have known about the cosmology of self, but those teachings may have gone missing. And that's me being very charitable. That's a very charitable read. Otherwise, I could just tell you it's a character in a book. But hey, Paradox Fossils, Wagon, the flu is just going around. I heard, yeah, Wagon says she's really sick, so I presume she's not game then. Nemo, it's yellow fever, not Cyclone B. Very funny. All right. Well, I do want to talk to Icon. I was just trying to let some people respond because I know people were trying to communicate to me while I was sort of talking from before. But so, Icon, what were your thoughts on how well did that stuff come across earlier? Those news things I was trying to play, probably not very well.
Yeah, they were kind of choppy. Especially that first one was really choppy in the beginning.
Oh, I thought it was. It's a shame that is, because I sort of done a version earlier as preparation and it worked just fine. So that's too bad. Oh well.
I almost wonder if when you first tried it out to see if it worked, you weren't using up more of your processor on your computer because you weren't running the live chat as well.
Oh, the live chat. Oh, that's it. That's an interesting point, mate. Very interesting point. That I should just hide the chat off the screen. Yeah, you might have a point there, mate. That's very clever.
Yeah, when I have kind of a piss poor connection, I'll close the chat window, and then the stream itself won't get all choppy and flutter.
Right on. Point Fire's saying, my children are cuter than yours, bahaha. On account of what? Because they slightly browner. Is that what you're saying? Jeff Harding, I'd throw it in an Asian chick if she's hot. Yeah, well, of course. Of course. Who wouldn't? Well, that's, yeah, yeah, because wouldn't God have calibrated it so that we didn't find other girls from other races as hot if he intended us to keep it all in one race? Just a thought. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm an equal opportunity fucker. I ain't that way. So let's think in the middle, brother.
Exactly. And isn't that what the whole Thai bride thing's about? Like, if you're a failure like me, you failed with all the women from your own race, and you're now approaching 40. If you still want to have kids, you got to go and buy one from Asia. Isn't that legitimate? Didn't God intend that? Isn't that why he made them all really poor over there? I'm pretty sure that's why he made them all poor.
But I can relate. Because I get along better with the girls not of my race than I do the ones in my race. Fucked up.
But that's only because the other ones are super desperate and they pretend to like you. No, really. No, I know what you're saying. No, our culture's gone to shit, hasn't it? At the end of the day, there's no respect for the male role. Even the men don't understand the male role either. It's only us that have gone out of our way to try and start to put it all back together again and understand it. That's why everyone loves Jesse Lee Peterson over there at the end of the day. We're all trying to work out what's it supposed to look like, the alpha thing, you know. So we're all doing a piss poor job at it, but trying our best. Yeah. Yes, Jesus knew how to manipulate his frequency. Well, I think there's no way that guy's referring to himself as that. What is it? The I am. There's no way he's calling himself the I am or whatever it is. and he doesn't know what the Eastern traditions knew. There's no fucking way, as far as I'm concerned. Paradox fossils, I'll take one of each, and that's assuming he was a real individual, which people insist on that he was in many cases. But I'd say, who knows, really, at the end of the day. So
Yeah, I
Icon,
wasn't
where?
around back then.
No, I wasn't around back then either. But you are really old, Icon. No, he's not actually that old. He sounds old because he's boring. But that's why I call him Dad. No, I don't actually think you're boring, Icon. And the only reason I wouldn't just let that be a very dry joke is on the off chance that probably that's what all the kids used to take the mickey out of you at school for. So I don't want you to, on the off chance you actually think it's true. I don't think it's true. I think you're incredibly engaging and interesting and wonderful.
Well, that's funny because when I was in school, everyone thought I was boring and a reject because I was in school wanting to learn and then wanting to learn how to become an adult while everyone else just wanted to be a bunch of dumb kids. So we never saw eye to eye on much of anything.
Right. Right. Well, you were just too mature for your years then. There you go. But how much of that was on account of being adopted or whatever?
Some of it, well, actually a lot of it, but then again, too, if my natural parents would have had me when they were in their very late 30s, then I still would have had the older generations to learn from that taught me all the stuff that they knew growing up and how to act and everything. I mean, you have to think about it. There were people at the time that were still enforcing manners like it was the Victorian era.
Right. And what do you think you picked up on a bit of that thing then, or what?
Yeah.
Right. So there hadn't been the same breach from that era, that epoch, as with your peers.
Yeah, because all the people that I listened to and wanted to learn from and that influenced me, they all lived through the Great Depression. They were in their 20s and 30s, sometimes even their 40s already.
Right. Well, fair enough. Very interesting. I suppose we all have our own unique, weird kind of mix of influences, don't we? And I suppose I'm only just finding out what I'm good for, really, and that's as a random, unpaid, desperate YouTuber right before the apocalypse.
Well, there's got to be a spot for you somewhere. Then again, after you're dead and people find your stream, you'll be famous posthumously. So,
Right. By the way, the chat's hilarious, man. I just been watching the reading some of the chat, and they're on it, man. It's funny as fuck, by the way. Like really funny though. I wish I could have read it out, but it's all good.
I see a great burner from Jeff, so that's fucking awesome. That's hilarious.
What's he saying? The rice thing or something else?
He's saying Icon would fuck an Asian chick despite his sister's jealousy. No, that's funny ass shit.
That is funny ass shit, Jeff. And Doombot said something about IQ, which I thought was interesting. Does IQ matter? I would say IQ does matter. I'd say the introversion, extroversion dimension matters, possibly even more. But yeah, IQ definitely matters for sure.
IQ is helpful, but it's really only a gauge of memory retention. It doesn't really give a measurement to the amount of like problem solving and gnosis and other such things that your brain can do. You can identify all the pieces on a chessboard and remember that for your entire life, but it's completely different when it comes down to playing the game.
Mm-hmm. Saggy Paws trying to bully you like all the children at school. He's saying, wanting to learn, Icon? You fucking weirdo.
Yep.
It's like being at school all over again. Meh. Jeff Harding, Icon would... Oh, yeah, we did that one. Very funny. We got a new person in, Hang with Jesus. That is quite the name. And I saw what you said, Hang with Jesus, that race doesn't matter, and I agree. Obviously, at the end of the day, I know. And although I'm open to the debate, honestly, I'm open to the debate. I don't think it's. I do understand the moral case for saying that nations should remain like true diversity is in keeping each nation and culture healthy, right? So in that sense, you don't want to just everything to become a mixture because you'll lose. But I think to a certain point, there's got to be some permeability, but also some conservation. So I think there's a middle ground, but I don't think it's neither the harsh stance or the soft stance. That's my instinct. Yeah, hope you get well soon, Wagon. Icon's sister is hot. Paradox Fossil saying your sister's hot, Icon. Hello, hello. Hey, Dougie. Hey, Dougie, you're so beautiful. Screen name 229. I forgot what book it's from. BC. It didn't make the Bible. But when Jesus was, like one of the older ones. But when Jesus was a kid, he cursed people with his words and even killed them from a young age. Excuse me. And he schooled his teachers already knew more than them. What's the point there, Screen? Are you trying to convince me that he's super awesome, or are you just telling me that he was an arsehole? I don't know. Jesus was such an arsehole. That sounds like Krishna. Did you know that sounds literally like some of the Krishna pastime stories? But please elaborate, unpack that, man, because I missed what your main communication was there. Jesus was based. No, something. Michael Hayward, all sisters are hot, moms, cousins, etc. Well, if you don't think so, then you don't like your own genes, and you must hate yourself. So if you don't fancy your own siblings, you hate yourself. According to hillbillies. Point fire. My first rice cooker started malfunctioning. I replaced her. That is funny. That is funny. Screen name 229. Icon definitely likes Asians. How can you tell? How can you tell? Do about 9,000. I mean, if you're mixing with someone with 60 plus difference, that's such a good sound. 60 plus difference in IQ, right, points, then your children are going to be significantly less intelligent, right? Is that true? You saying that doesn't matter? Well, that would matter if that's so, but I didn't know that was so. What study? Where did you get that from, Doombot? I didn't know that was the thing. I mean, if you're mixing with someone with 60 plus, I mean, I think. Well, actually, the argument could be Doombot. That the argument could be like this because either side of the sort of medium intelligence are excessive. Like is excessive retardation either way. So if you're too smart in terms of intelligence, you're actually retarded, and if you're not smart enough, then you're also retarded. So and 60 IQ points is a massive deviation. So from the average, let's assume that average intelligence is 120. I think it is, or thereabouts. Then you'd say, what's that? 90. What's that Icon? What's the number? 60, 160 is it? Oh no, 60. So you're either 60 IQ. So you're either 60 Doombot, which is like, I mean, low IQ is considered around the 80th sort of the number 80, 83. I think is considered like incredibly low IQ. I think that's the pass rate for the American military or something. And then, so I think 60 is too big a number, mate. And then on top of that, what's that? 180. So 180 or 60. Well, either way, you're retarded, aren't you? Yeah, so maybe that's why your kids can turn out dumb, because either way, you're socially challenged. If you're, yeah, I couldn't quite articulate that, but anyway, that's my theory.
Well, there's always the option, too, of the child having some kind of recessive gene that makes him or her highly intelligent.
Right.
Kind of like ugly people produce cute kids.
That's true, man. That is true. Absolutely. Very good. Were your parents good looking then, Icon?
I have no idea. I'm adopted.
Have you well, have you never met them, honestly, no?
No,
And you've literally got no idea, dude. No idea what, honestly, yeah?
no clue.
Dude, no way. I didn't know that was a good.
I know just a hair about their past and where my blood family came from and when, and a few other details, but that's about it. I've never actually met anyone.
Oh, that's right. You share. Oh, I think it's German, and you are related to the Führer. Yes, something.
Sure.
Sure. No, but you do look a bit like Goebbels, though, in those round specs.
My nose just isn't pointy enough.
No, I'm fucking around, but you look like one of the crew anyway. You definitely look like one of the crew. You look like a slim, the guy in Indiana Jones, the German. You look like a slim, good-looking version of him.
Was that Belloc?
The one that burnt the thing in his hand. You know that guy.
I think that is
Him there.
Well, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
The guy whose face melted in when they opened the Ark.
Yeah,
You
I
look,
think that's the same guy.
you look like a good-looking version of him. Oh, you know who you look more like though in the Indiana Jones trilogy? Well, it's not a trilogy now; it's a quadrilogy or something. You look like the guy who's in the plane. Remember in the first? What's that one? The Temple of Doom, is it? When he's trying to run away from all the mad Indian people throwing darts at him and shit. He gets in the plane and the guy with the cap, the snake in the passenger seat. You look like the pilot of that plane.
It's hilarious.
I think you do actually. I think you actually do look like him. That is hilarious. To be fair, you do have a bit of the Indiana Jones sort of look about you. To be fair, you do have that going for you.
I am a bit rugged, so
You there you go, man. Ladies, look, Indiana Jones. But he's not uppity about things belonging in a museum. He's pretty easygoing.
Oh, that's just funny because I'm the exact opposite. I try and preserve all sorts of shit.
Oh yeah, well, funnily enough, you still have the same sort of passion for old relics, though, don't you?
Yep.
But yeah, it's not like you're not going to fight anyone over it.
As a matter of fact, as a joke, when I was in high school, in my yearbook, they wrote that I was most likely to get lost in my own museum.
Right. Doombot's following up on that IQ thing. I think he's saying you can look it up on the web. It's no secret that race causes IQ to plummet. Does it? I did not know that. Thank you. Thank you. What? But right, unless, but not in the case of. Well, let me ask you this, Doombot. In the case of it's a controversial subject, but in the case of if we're talking about a race that sort of on average has a lower IQ, then would race mixing with a race that's got higher IQ not bump it up in their case? If you see what I mean. You see what I mean, Doombot? And I'm genuinely curious about that question. But maybe we shouldn't get into this shit. But also, yes, art matters. Indigo kids will save humanity. And mainly Doombot. All it is it's not that I'm not somewhat familiar with like Stefan Molyneux's arguments and things, right? I know the arguments. I know some of them at least. It's just that we've probably in any case driven right past that shit mattering, and we're already flying off the cliff. It's about landing half well at this rate, but so when I say maybe not worth getting into it, it's just things are so censorious these days that you know what I'm saying. Michael Hayward, 48-hour rule on corpses. Well, I think so, mate, especially if you were married to it. Then,
Oops, I forgot my coffee. I'll be back in a second.
No worries, dude. I think that's a good time to get the fuck out of Dodge Icon before it starts getting edgy. Yes, Jupiter. Some people say I look like Jen Lawrence. I don't know who Jen Lawrence is, to be honest, but I will look up. Well, go on then. I'll do you a favor and actually look that up just for you. And remember, people, please do us a favor and go sub to Icon's channel. That'd be amazing. Thank you, Jen Lawrence. You say. Let's have a look. By the way, I might just say, if anyone's got any ideas of how they think this show could improve or what that you'd like to see, I am open to suggestions, and I can always see them later. So if you've got any ideas of how things could be improved, I'm all for hearing it. I know I could improve my mic and my sound and my visual and stuff. So I'm working on that behind the scenes. But anything more to do with show structure or sort of subjects you'd like to be getting into. Oh, Jen Lawrence, fucking hell. Oh, Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, she was. Oh, I know who you mean. She's super hot. In fact, I just saw that she's got a picture on Wikipedia that looks like a similar kind of angle to yours there. If you actually look like Jennifer Lawrence, then Jupiter, fucking hell. Do an OnlyFans, and invite me. Michael Hayward, I miss Active Shooter. Yeah, where is Active Shooter? I miss him too. Where are Hugh? Yeah, I know. Where are they actually? Fuck off, Ruthless. My daughter looks like Jennifer Lawrence. Are you my daughter, Jupiter? Well, I don't care either your daughter, fuck off, Ruthless, or yeah, as long as she's of age, fuck off, Ruthless. Art matters just off Mayhem Hive, lol. Just go MSN. That was my blurry eyes. Just go MSN Hive, lol. Mainstream media, as in, well, right? You want me to sell out? Just sell out and do the news. Okay, fine. Great advice, Art Matters. Great advice. Screen name 229. Do OnlyFans. Brilliant suggestion. I don't know if you're talking to me or backing me up on saying that Jupiter should do OnlyFans. Fuck off, Roof. Yeah. Michael Hayward, fuck is a kid diddler. Do you dress your kid up to look like Jennifer Lawrence, fuck off, Ruthless, and then get them to do their own shitty version of the Hunger Games in the garden? Naked? No, shit. I was trying to follow up on Michael's bit. Too edgy. Sorry, I'll stop. What does everybody think of the Icon? What do you think about my new background shot with the whole look of that? I think it's pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool. Did you hammer that out yourself, or did you steal it from somewhere?
I stole it, but now that I've stole it, mate. But now that I've seen the potential, I would like to knock up something similar myself, and it would be doable. So
that is very cool.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm into it, man. It's good branding. Like I just fucked around for a bit, and it just you know what it's like, Icon. You develop your idea for what it could become, and it just evolves and takes on a little aesthetic of its own, and yeah, and that's what it turned into. And I think I'm onto a winner with that. It's a good vibe.
Yeah. Well, I can agree because it took me like an hour to figure out what I wanted for a banner on my new channel.
I can tell you
my mind, and then I got something posted, and I don't think anyone gets what it is.
Well, I'll say that I've seen your banner. I liked your original banner, the sort of weird Soundwave looking graphic, but also. So I do think that was a winner, but yeah, in terms of depth and that sort of stuff, I knew you'd been through the same motions I'd been through. It took me a lot of time. I'll tell you what I did, Icon, was I went online looking for all sorts of background. In fact, I can't even remember the search I did in my case, but I think I might have looked for graphic art, basically, like just sort of. I don't know if I was looking for psychedelic or just graphic art or something. I was looking for. And basically, I compiled a load of pictures, put them in a folder, and then went back through and started to size them up and see them in context. And I actually did put a whole afternoon into sort of getting to which one was the best one. And this one instantly stood out to me and was like, whoa, it's modern, it's neat, it's nifty, it's imaginative, it's everything. It just ticks all the boxes. So, And then when I saw it in this context as well, I was like, whoa, I like that as the sort of screensaver for these videos. I'm into it.
Yep, that works. You just need to put like BBC 2 on there somewhere and it'll look pro.
Yeah, something, man. That's yeah, because it has got. Well, you know what it looks a bit like actually, and I'm hoping it's not this, but it might be this. But it seems to remind me of Grand Theft Auto. So I almost think it might be a screensaver, a graphic from Grand Theft Auto, but I'll have to double check that. Well, Grand Theft Auto 5, if anything. Yeah, it could be, but it's the same sort of mood, anyway, at least. I'll just get this a sec. Point fire. What did I miss? The concubines were putting talcum powder in my socks. Dude, that's so funny. Point fire, are you British? That sounds definitely like a British thing to say. Because do you call it talcum powder in America, Icon, or not?
Some do, otherwise it's just baby powder.
Yeah, I think he's British. Well, point fire, that's funny as fuck, dude. Why were they doing that? Why would they do? Oh, right, because they don't want, because sweat. Yeah, good. Oh, because that's what you pay them to do. Well, good. Right, screen name 229. Cool. I'm starting G. Oh, the G thing. Yeah, starting. That's what you do. Capital G's. I'm starting channel to cover the real science and mythology and ancient lore. How can we spell lore like that? Is that a misspell or is that actually a playful double meaning of the word in terms of its roots? That's like lore as in fishing line, is it? No, Icon or not? Lore.
No, that's like mysticism and whatnot. You're thinking lure, Lure.
Lure. Oh, lore as in, lore means mystic. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even, go on. Explain that to me. That might be something I don't know then.
Which one would you like me to explain, lore or lure?
The one with the O.
The one with the O.
Lower. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like, mysticism and fairies and flaming unicorns and shit like that.
Oh, seriously? Well. First of all, I should say that sounds really interesting. Screen name 229. Do that for sure. And if they're any good, I'll cameo them and all sorts of stuff. I'll shill you out, man. And you can shill out your channel. Hey, I'll remind everyone, you can shill your channels out here. You know what I'm saying? If you're blue, you shill your channels out. And if you're not blue, you'll become blue by being brilliant, hopefully. Chessboard, Icon the Great, Best Buy. There you go, Icon. He's giving you a Best Buy. Chessboard. It's good to see you, Chessboard.
Oh, that's funny because I was just going to ask him what that was. And then I look on the screen and he retracted it. So, well, maybe it was a wrong link, but yeah, I lost where the hell I put the other links for the hard drive. And I was going to ask about that because I have to get a hold of the historical society that I'm doing the work for so I can figure out like how much I have to spend because I have to get the cost involved for getting the extra storage hard drive to copy their slides and films before their budget meeting. But I don't want to get like, $2,000 and stuff and find out they only had $100 to spend. I kind of look like a putz. Speaking of putts, we lost our putts. Everyone get naked and party. Woo! Oh, here's chessboard again. Hey, bud. What's it say? Icon the Great Best Buy has an external 5 terabyte drive for $89.99. Holy shit. We'll go fast. Hello, all. Is that a disk drive or solid state? Because I'm looking for SSD. I don't like spinny disk things. Oh, Hive isn't here to refute the globe Earth after I said that. Shameful. Anyways, back to the chat. Uh-oh. Hive died completely. That's no good. Oh well. Let's see what we got here. Come on, folks, blabber away. Spinny thingies, yes. Spinny thingies covers it. Oh, you guys aren't very chatty this evening. What happened to old Jeff? He's always got something to talk about. He's going to see if he got his camera going that he picked up and got on the cover of National Geographic yet. Michael Hayward says ancient lures, Lures. Oh, that's funny. Thinking of like Fred Flintstone fishing with a rock on his hook. Icon, you should get a dummy to sit on your knee. Yeah, I put up with one of them for 15 years and so happy not to have one at the moment. Flat Earth explanation of the lunar eclipse. You want the other guy for that, Michael. Paradox Fossil says, I'm going to buy a blow-up doll, but I want a British one. Yeah, I suppose they make them that look like they're rode hard and put away wet. Throw on some buck teeth and whatnot. You got it. Well, let's see. Chessboard says, Icon the Great spit coffee all over the keyboard the other night, laughing, and now damn keys are sticking. Yeah, I know how that goes. It's the B-Man.
Hey, how's it going, man? My mic cut out. Sorry about that.
All good. All good. I was just blabbering with the chat.
No, you actually, do you mind carrying on, Icon? I'll just listen to you for a couple of minutes because I just want to get a sip of tea anyway.
Yeah, that's all good. Well, let me grab a sip of my coffee before you run off.
All right. Well, where did you get to? And I'll just do a couple then.
Oh, I'm good. I got to chessboard and now I'm on to Doombot 9000.
All right, you carry on, mate.
Haywood. That was a tough one. Oh, and there was a request, Hive, for you to explain.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Haywood needs a flat Earth explanation of the lunar eclipse when you're done with your tea there.
Right. Well, it has been proposed that. Well, actually, just so you know, Michael, there's actually a lot of problems for the globe model when it comes to eclipses. I mean, just the idea that the bodies could necessarily line up properly. In fact, I can't remember what you call it, but if you actually look at the coverage for an eclipse, it's incredibly narrow. It's almost like the moon covers the. In the case of what is it, Icon? Is it a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse when the moon covers the sun? Presumably, it's a lunar eclipse, right?
Oh, that's a solar eclipse.
Oh, no, that's a solar eclipse, right? Oh, is it? Or is that when either way, mate, I don't know what it's called. But the point is there's a major problem where if you actually look at the model, you know what, Michael, I just don't have the vocabulary to hand to describe it to you, but I know that an eclipse should see far more coverage. There should be more of a complete eclipse for spanning vaster areas. It should be visible more like I say, I just don't have the vocabulary right now, mate, but there's a problem on the globe side of things too when it comes to eclipses. When it comes to the sort of, like I say, I don't positively presume to know. That's not my game. I'm only in the game of refuting the spinning ball Earth, because I know that it's impossible to have water cling to a supersonic spinning ball. It's very simple. Also Polaris, etc., etc. I've said it to you a million times. But yeah, when it comes to the eclipse, it's a mystery. I can accept mysteries. Stars and luminaries are still mysteries, whatever they are. So yeah, I can't explain it. Some people have proposed that there's a third object that we don't see, called the black sun or the black hole sun or something like that, that's interacting to create that shadow. But that's all I can tell you, mate. There you go. Sorry, Icon. Carry on, mate.
Am I reading?
Well, I was waffling then, mate. I went on. Sorry to fucking waffle. Little tired, people. Forgive me. Yeah, you go for it, mate.
All good. All righty. Well, you go stick to your tea. I'll read some chat, kick back, relax, and pinkies out.
Respect.
Right on. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off? Good question at Michael Haywood. Oh, yeah, okay. Fuck off, ruthless. It'll go down on you, Paradox. Probably. Paradox Fossils as an LOL, and then an OK Ruthless. And after that is Michael Haywood. I'm flattered, Doombot. Oh. Let's see. Screen name 229. I just put up some microscopic pics of the beetle wing cover on my Instagram to show how they fly using vibration, divots, and channels to harness cyclones like Victor Schauberger's work. Fascinating. I mean that genuinely. That's pretty cool. Chessboard says, Michael Haywood, did you see the Joker appointed the camel toe prez? Well, he is in the hospital. Now's a good time to pre. Friggin' spell checker, pray. Ah, gotcha. Probably is. Oh, and I lost my spot. Ah, here we go. Oh, Greta Thunderbunny has joined us. Lovely. She says, clothing industry is so bad for the environment. We need to stop wearing clothes now, but I don't want children, so I will only butt fuck. Oh, that's priceless. That's priceless. I do
That
agree
is.
about. Huh?
Sorry, that's so funny. No, it's fine, mate. Go on. What were you going to say?
That is genuinely humorous, and I agree we need to stop wearing clothes. Well, for the most part. I mean, if I was like naked last night when I was out photographing the moon, I would have looked like one of the girls.
Hot. That's so fucking hot, Dad. Well, Greta, you're so progressive. You know, that's true. It all makes sense all of a sudden when you factor in that everybody that's on the left is doing their bit for the planet, so called. That all that butt fucking is actually incredibly virtuous. You suddenly realize that it's just as well that everybody does the butt thing, because it's good for the planet, apparently, allegedly. Totally insane. Totally insane.
Yep.
I think the globalists at the end of the day are just trying to literally make society in their image. Load of midget butt fucking. That is pretty much where they're taking us at this rate.
Woo! Midget
Load
porn.
of midget butt fucking snuff porn. That's pretty much what they want us to get into.
Midget snuff, is that like the midget bowling league that went bad?
Why? What's that called?
I'd like to know, because that just sounds like it would make a rather amusing movie, though it probably wouldn't fly anymore.
No, dude. I mean, not at all.
I'd laugh
could
my
just-
ass off.
Well, me too. Well, I might do. Well, I might do this icon. I might just interject because I know you could just have a lot of fun just doing them. I might just move it forward though. What is being covered is eclipsed. Yeah. Oh, right. That's right. Well, I think I know what you're saying. I'll at least move it forward, icon, because you'll get really far behind at the rate you were going. Greta, and that's not meant to be an insult because I get far behind too. Fuck off, Ruthless. Greta wears a strap on. Nice to know. Screen name. The problem is you're talking about the eclipse is fixed because the planets eclipse each other, not circle, so it gives it an angle. I don't know what that means. The problem you are talking about with the eclipse is fixed because the planets. Do you understand that?
I'm sorry, I'm too busy cracking up at Greta's next comment. It's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll move on. This one. It is global warming, not flat warming. That sounds like a housewarming party. Very funny, Greta. Yeah, well, you're not coming to my apartment warming then. Fuck you. Although you have got the tits for it, or should I say, the lack of. Flat warming. It's Greta Thunberg, but she's only got no tits because she's 10. And I don't think that's appropriate. Put your clothes on, Greta, and stop letting your dad do that to your ass. It's not cool, even if it is progressive and good for the environment. Screen name 229. Also, the water can stay on the spinning surface because it is two plasma toroids, and plasma is static electricity, which can control water. That is an interesting theory.
Oh, look, someone else gets it. Awesome. It's all about that toroidal field, B. Serious.
Well, you can say that all you want, Icon, but there's multiple reasons why the globe Earth fails, mate. But it sounds awesome. But like I say, it's just it's like a sci-fi explanation with no sort of ultimate proof. Like, for instance, Icon, honestly though, as neat as that sounds, and I can almost imagine it too. Actually recreate the experiment where you can get water clinging to a ball through some static effect. I mean, that's spinning, no doubt, at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. I mean, because that's quite the force to overcome with a bit of static, mate, isn't it? And I'm talking to screen name here when I'm saying that as well. So it sounds neat, or you want that sounds a little bit neat, and we all know that the universe is more likely electrical than anything else. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, it doesn't get you over the hump. Screen name 229. It doesn't. There's too much wrong with it. Explain to me any other the other problems to do with it. Polaris, explain that to me, mate. That's a problem.
You have to remember my standpoint too is that the whole toroidal field works with both concepts of ball and flat earth. So I'm not taking a side. I'm just saying when you say that the water should fling off a rapidly spinning sphere, it is most likely right. It could be stationary for all we know too, but like I said, it also works for the flat concept.
Yeah, that's fair enough, man. I mean, I'm not I didn't take offense at it like you were sort of ganging up on me or anything. Don't worry, Icon. But
No. I just wanted to clarify, not that you think I forgot what I was talking about already, because it happens.
fair enough, man. What go on? Do you want to unpack that then, Icon? It sounds like you've got an idea that you want to get into with that, the toroidal static thingy.
I want to hammer that one out on my channel because I have to decipher what is said on Ken's channel to make it a little more easier for people to listen to, but I don't want to dumb it down and end up having something come out wrong. So it's going to take a little bit to research, and it's a great possibility too that you can't simplify something that is incredibly simplex in terms of defining it. So it may just be a bunch of jacking off for all I know.
Fair enough. And you didn't want to touch upon it now? Like, could you even try and tackle the problem?
Go through it like half-assed because the whole subject really deserves more than that, and I don't like remember all of what is needed to draw it out. So I really need to sit down and take a couple of days and figure it out, because it's, you know, pretty much like translating, which isn't easy. So to be fair to the topic, I guess I would prefer to wait. The bee died. Shall we, folks? Alrighty. Let's see. Wagon Breath says, I'll come on in like 20 minutes. Awesome. I'm sure I'll be here, given Hive's land speed record. What else we got here? Flat around, ain't none of us getting off this rock. Yeah, exactly. So it really doesn't matter what the hell it is. Greta's a sweeta. Aw. Jupiter has retracted her message. Greta, hello, Michael. I'm so glad you're using your push bike instead of a car. Probably finds that to be rather sexy in her own deluded way. Let's see. Where else are? Oh, it's the bee again.
Yo, did you? I don't suppose. Sorry, Icon. Thanks, mate. Did you see Chessboard's thing? What is a Hershey bar? Hershey bars. Greta wants to make Hershey bars Hive bee. What does that even mean? Oh, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna assume that means shit or something, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Michael Hayward, Greta. Well, how far did you get? Where'd you get to, actually, Icon? Real quick.
I didn't get too far. You actually came back in record time for once.
I know. Yeah, my mic just stopped working. I was actually trying to respond to you, and it was, yeah.
That's cool. Is it like the mic itself, or the connection, or is like your computer dropping the mic?
It's the computer's dropping the drivers for the Tascam interface.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's still a beta version, or beta. I still don't know how to say that, because I listen to the Americans saying that word more than I do the UK peeps. But the beta version, basically, so yeah, and it's obsolete now, the model I use. So I just need a new one. It's 12 years old, the damn thing, man.
Wow, it's almost as old as my laptop.
Right. Well, yeah, my laptop's that old as well. Here you go. Screen name 229. Yes, torsion is everything, literally everything. And don't think globe, think of an octahedron. What's he saying? What's that say? An iso. How'd you say that word? Isosahedron. I don't know.
Icosahedron? It might be icosahedron. Wait, let me look at it where it's a little bigger. Hang on. Icosahedron. Fuck, I lost where it was.
Well, look, screen name 229. I know that Dr. What's his name with that H? Dr. Hersham or something. Dr. Hersham or Hermish. The guy who's all about the torsion, the toroid, and all that. He's impressive and he sounds impressive. But at the end of the day, the guy's bought into the globe Earth model, which is bunk as fuck. Screen name 229. So regardless of how awesome all that shit might be, you're talking vectors and toroids and sort of what do you call it when you what do you call it when you churn up water, Icon? What's that word? Vortexes. You're talking vortexes, mate, at the end of the day. But truly, the magnetic vortex is it. Ken Wheeler breaks that down. Don't imagine it on a planetary scale, because we've not yet seen evidence for that on a planetary scale, except for it being described by NASA in those terms. We don't yet know of a supergiant sort of toroidal object other than the thing that's sort of projected by NASA, mate. So if you're being truly scientific about it, as awesome and amazing as that all seems to you, I wouldn't get too carried away with it. It's just a LARP at the end of the day. The globe's very easy to refute. How about climb down from all that awesome, crazy talk of all that nonsense and actually put your money where your mouth is and try, just for fun, Mr. Scientist, and negate the globe Earth, because a true scientist would do that. They'd generate a null hypothesis out of their hypothesis and not take it as granted or given or golden or established, and they would try and disprove their own proposition. please do that, because you will find, like I did, that I was very diligent about it. The globe fails every fucking time. Screen name 229. Look at Saturn and Jupiter. Picture hexagons at the poles and wormhole. See, it's all about imagining crap, isn't it? At the end of the day, and wormhole connecting them through the center. Stars and plasma toroids. 2 plasma toroids can create every single nebula shape. It just sounds like a load of gobbledygook, impressive crap, mate. But that doesn't impress me much, like Cheryl fucking Crow or some shit. That doesn't impress me much. It's just words. It's true though, right? It is just words. The incommensurability. There you go. Well, again, I'm not. That doesn't get me, man. I've got to be honest. Like, what gets me is
remember that totally. It's as impressive as Cheryl Crow.
Right. At the end of the day, look. I don't want to be bamboozled by impressive words. At the end of the day, that's what Ruthless tries to do. Just trying to. How about this? You know what impresses me? If someone comes to me and says, "Shit," I realize that the globe doesn't hold together and it's bunk. When someone says that to me in a serious way, I listen to them, because I know where they're coming from. I'm not interested in all the projecting a bunch of theories around how it could work potentially. And by the way, I might just say, mate, the idea that you somehow know how gravity really works when even the establishment can't quite decide on the matter, I find probably a bit unlikely. But hey, Richard Upton, hello everyone. Hi.
I'm sorry. Can I interject quick for a second here before we run away from that paragraph? Thank you. Just a question for screen name 229. You state that stars are plasma toroids. 2 plasma toroids can create every single nebula shape. My question is, if there's no duality in nature, how are there 2 plasma toroids? That's the end of the question. You may continue, Sir Hive.
Well, could you repeat it anyway, Icon? Because you cut out for me, and on the off chance you cut out for YouTube, I just want to make sure you definitely said it. So say it again, brother, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had commented that the part where he says stars are plasma toroids. 2
Yes.
plasma toroids can create every single nebula shape. And then I inquired about the 2 plasma toroids, as there is no duality in nature. So I was just hoping he'd fill me in on that, because I'm interested in learning as to what he has to say about it.
Right. Well, I'll just say on that front, you just sort of jogged a memory. Watching Ken Wheeler try and describe positively black holes was a horrible thing to listen to the other day, I have to say, because I happen to appreciate that they only exist in theory. I'm quite confident in that much, and that's like a level of humility. The idea of me saying I'm confident that they may not exist is like me admitting that I don't know in either case. But him pretending to positively know in either case, and then attempt to even go out on a limb and describe them, was pretty horrible. It's not the best he's ever done. Icon. I don't know if you saw it and you could even comment on that, but it sounded as obscure. It sounded as crazy. Your question there was reasonable, Icon, but I would almost pose the same question to Ken, because it's almost like Ken was talking in terms that were the idea that it was simultaneously creating itself. He says in no other with no other object in the known universe does a phenomena create itself or create its own food. I think he was talking about it creates its own food, and it was so awkward hearing him trying to describe this solely theoretical fucking nonsense, probably. That yeah, your question seemed reasonable as it might pertain to his horrible description of a black hole too. Penny for your thoughts, Icon. I don't know if you know what I'm on about, but
I do, but he's had so many videos on black holes, I'm a bit lost as to which one you're referencing.
Well, the most recent one, presumably.
Is that galactic emergence or vortex of life?
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't know, mate. Fair enough. Couldn't tell you.
I'll look it over and get back to you. Well, just hang on for a bit. Let me get the info ready for the video for my channel and go through it, and we can talk through it and figure shit out.
Yeah. Well, we could get into all that. Look, I'll be the wild card in your discussions for one of your home games, mate. Yeah, for sure. But
Awesome.
because I'll always be pretty brutal. And I do apologize to Screen Name 22, I've been a bit harsh because I'm just being honest. I know you're out on a limb, but you're not letting us know you're not letting us know that you're out on a limb, and that's what Ken Wheeler does. And I don't appreciate that approach. It's like unless you're positively refuting something, that's about as confident as you ever get applying the proper, true scientific method. I mean, you could describe something theoretically, but I think you always have to be careful to couch it, brother. And you weren't nearly as careful enough to my liking of couching it proper. Greta Thunberg, B, the flat earther, talking about my flat chest in his new flat. Yes, indeed. And like I say, I don't call myself a flat earther. I'm just not a ball earther for sure. Although that would probably leave me as, well, who knows? Because I just don't go that far. But right. What I'm going to do, Icon, is just really quickly smash through this stuff. And in fact, let me see. Yeah, I'm just going to skip ahead, mate. I'm just going to.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it, man. Just going to leave a bunch. I know that Chessboard's saying something to you specifically. And in fact, Ruthless was as well, but fuck off, Ruthless. Icon, you're being robbed. All right. It must have been his sister again.
Yeah, I think it was.
Right. I didn't even notice. Chessboard Icon, the great, what's that say? The fucking genius at NASA want to put a nuclear reactor on the moon. Yeah, it's all the nonsense. They can't get to the fucking moon. Just how about, when's the last time you saw them get to the moon legitimately? You haven't. Can we get there? There's no proof that we can. In fact, there's no proof that it is what they say it is at all, because the thing doesn't rotate. Why? Why doesn't the thing rotate on an axis that you'd expect it to? Why is the only one face attracted to the Earth and locked in? Doesn't make any sense. NASA can't explain that shit properly. It's a nonsense. It's all the nonsense, by the way. Red light refraction, deciphering how far away stars are. Come on, people. Just wakey now. It's all a load of bollocks. You've only believed that shit because you've been told it. You've never seen it from space. You've never seen the Earth from space. You've seen photos generated by NASA. So if you're actually going to look again and be skeptics, you'll suddenly realize you've had the wool pulled over your eyes and you all sound like a bunch of morons. I don't sound like a moron because I'm saying it's not a ball because I refuted the ball, but I don't know what it is. There you go. And that's the best you're ever going to get. At least I'm actually rational. Like, I'm far more rational than you'd like to believe that I am. Fuck you all. Point fire, Nemo. If you're still searching for Nazis, research NASA, aka the Fourth Reich. Yeah, well, one of my favorite games was, of course. Well, didn't they make a thing Nazis on the moon or some shit? But obviously, the prelude to that was, Nazi zombies, wasn't it? On fucking COD, World at War. Have you ever heard of that, Icon? Do you know what I'm talking about?
That sounds really familiar. I think it was a B movie from like the 70s.
Right. Oh, he's got to go. Michael's going. See you later, Michael. Good to see you, mate.
Later, actually, Michael.
No, dude. See the is that meant to suggest that fuck off Ruthless could be shooter, or is that just one of those little things that
the super what he's been typing, I think that might be shooter.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, if it is shooter, then that's funny as fuck, actually. Yeah. Ha.
Or it's Saggy's other brain cell, one of the two.
Say that again, Icon.
Or it's Saggy's other brain cell, one of the two.
Yeah. Very funny. Very funny. Right, I'm gonna get Icon back in here now. So, the chat's got way ahead of me again, man. Here you go, Richard Upton. Let me get this at least because I haven't got any of Richard's. How are you doing, mate? The heat is on. The time is right. The time for you all to play your game because the people are coming and everyone's trying to be the best that they can when they're gonna going for gold. What song is that, Icon? Name that tune.
Hang on.
We don't have to look it up, mate. Don't worry. I was just saying, if you know, if you don't
It
know it,
sounds
don't
like
fuck it.
Survivor, but I can't remember the name of the song, and I could be wrong altogether. So
Okay.
I'm reading it off my screen because I'm running on a delay. I can't
Fair enough.
always read what's on my little stupid phone here because the print is so damn small.
Beautiful.
Jeez
Beautiful.
Louise.
Blackhead Cam. It's Blackhead Cam. I can't look. Fuck off, Ruthless. Fuck off, Ruthless wants to know if you're a hippie farmer. Do you plant your potatoes at the start of a new moon, Icon?
No, I got them in the ground when I got to get them in the ground.
Yeah, I've actually grown potatoes before. My granddad showed me how to do it, and yeah, it's just as simple as putting them in the ground. That's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna show you my potatoes. They're fucking amazing, dude.
Dude, is that an innuendo or actual potatoes?
Well, if you want it to be, I can show you those potatoes too, but they'll probably cut your feet on you.
Shit. Well, I'd rather just see. I don't want to see hairy potatoes. Thank you very much. I'd rather
Hang on
just
a
see
second.
yeah, go and get them, and I'll just blast through these. Here you go. Screen down 229. All that will be on the channel for both sides too. And when there is a channel where this guy makes a plasma generator and shows it also X points. Okay, that's interesting. Magnetic fields are actual portals. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. I'll have to see it to sort of be able to give you an opinion on it, but cool, mate. And I like the idea that it's got both sides on it, mate. At the end of the day, like I said, it doesn't mean that there's not a phenomena that's worth looking into. I mean, plasma. There's a guy I watched that is in the business of generating plasma.
Come on, B. I'm gonna show you my hairy potatoes. Unbelievable, that guy. All right, folks, let me see if I can't turn this ship around. Excuse me. There's that. Aha. I did it. Hopefully, there's decent enough light. You can see these potatoes. I mean, compared to my hand, that's decent size. There we go. These are the catadens. No, they didn't all turn out ginormous, just a few like that one. This guy. Oh, I see the bee. He's trying again.
Trying. Is that actually working? Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very nice, mate.
I hear you. You're good. I was just showing everyone my hairy potatoes.
Very nice, mate. Well, they look big, actually. They're very big, to be fair. Very nice.
Here, look at the size of this thing.
Yeah, fucking massive, man. What type of that? What are they called?
Uh-oh. That one had some kind of injury. Fuck. Oh, what the hell is that?
What are they called, dude? What's the name of them?
These are, there's a little green there too. Shit. These are catadens, and these here are the German butter potatoes. They're in here, which is, oh yeah, the other one's up there.
And how long do they keep for, and how do you make them keep?
I gotta dig through and make sure there aren't any damaged ones like this guy here, because those will all have to be diced up and eaten relatively soon. Otherwise, as long as they are, as long as these are injury free, no bruises, no soft spots, and I keep them roughly between 45 and 50 degrees, I'm good for 6 to 8 months, provided they're in the dark where they won't sprout.
Wow. Very cool.
So that's a decent amount of time. Hey, here's
Nice.
another big mofo. Yeah, these
Yeah,
turned
they're
out just
massive.
phenomenal this year because when I put in my potato patch, I took the tractor and plow back there and I dug down 8-10 inches, and most of that strip is sand, a sandy loam, so it's nice and loose. Whereas like the last, I don't know, the fifth of the potato strip was in clay, and that's where a lot of these catadins were, so they came out a little bit flat, and most of them are a bit undersized for the variety. Like this little
Right.
feller.
Is that to do with is that something to do with growing room, or did you put them too close to just plant them too close to one another or something? Why would they come
Well,
out small?
the clay is really hard to push through. It's a sticky mess. You got to uh, think of like pottery clay and stuff like that, and how hard it would be to try and grow something on that if it was pretty much dry and wasn't all soupy.
Right.
It is basically the same thing too. I mean, we've historically brickyards around here have used up our clay, especially the I can't remember the specific name of the clay, but it's a yellow clay, and they made Cream City bricks out of it. The Cream City is one of the old nicknames for Milwaukee, which is the major city to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a very, very soft brick, but they're a very basic brick. They don't have a whole lot of ingredients and hardeners and other additives put in them to keep them going, or
Nice one.
keep them from crumbling. Hang on.
Well, you'll be
Yeah, you can
sorted.
try.
No, it's just no. I don't need to. Mate. It looks a bit interested, but no, I'm still listening to you. I can't be fair. I'm just you're cool.
Oh,
If you
right on.
wanted if you wanted to show us more stuff, carry on.
Oh, I'm good for the moment. I was trying to think of
Oh,
where I had some Cream City bricks, but I don't think I'll be able to find them in the dark.
fair enough. I'll just say to chessboard. I don't buy that the moon's somewhere you could go necessarily. There's no evidence we've ever done it, but who knows though, mate? Interesting. Iron Sky apparently refers to a project of Nazis being on the moon. Very interesting. Very interesting. Good to know at least. I'll say that, but like I say, I don't necessarily buy it, and that's more because the threshold for me to be convinced you can even go there is quite high, but it's necessarily high because there's little evidence we've ever done it. Fuck off, Ruthless. It's a game show. Life. I don't know. Icon say, "Oh, Icon, you've been writing shit. How did you even?" Oh, you just write. You just talking to. Okay, yeah. Are you still there, mate?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah.
Are you still there?
I hope I'm still here. Yeah.
Right
Well,
on.
what the fuck is
Hey,
what's Wagon saying? Because didn't she say she'd want to be up in 20 minutes? I'm just gonna check Facebook icon. In fact,
yeah,
icon, do you want to
it
get
was
some of the
like,
chats? Well, go on. What
yeah,
were you
that
saying?
sounds good. I'll get some of the chat. You do that. When you come back, I'm going to take 5 and go throw on a pot of
Yes.
coffee.
Well, do
Okay,
this for
cool.
me,
All
mate.
right.
Start pretty low down. No, don't start too high up because just leave. You're just gonna have to leave a bunch of shit because otherwise we'll get left behind.
Okay, sounds good.
Good man. So you might as well start in
Alrighty.
real time with where you're at. Just get in with them where they're at, and then I'll just check in Wagon's status.
Yeah, okay.
Nice, bro.
Let's
Nice
see.
one.
Fuck Off Ruthless says, I'm Greta. Fuck Off Ruthless also says, it's a game show. Icon sees me. Oh, yeah, that's me.
Scroll down a bit there, mate. You're a bit high up there. You're quite high up.
Oh, it's all like single words, so it won't take me long.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Richard Upton, well done, Ruthless. It's the theme song for the seminal 80s game show Going for Gold. Holy crap. Okay. Paradox Fossils is showing us his potatoes. Jupiter is back. Hey, howdy. Michael Haywood. Fuck, like, likes man-taters. You just might. Richard Upton, hello Jupiter. Paradox fossils, Jupiter, upside down smiley face. Jupiter, Richard, hello, hello. Paradox fossils, wow. See, this is like watching ping pong, dude. Richard Upton says, call the Spud Doctor. That Spud has been shot. It has. It has. It looked just horrible. Paradox Fossil says butter taters. Dude, those things are awesome. You know how like you get the potatoes from the store, they kind of got a little kind of a sandy graininess to them. These do not have that. They are smooth, smoother than a baby's ass smooth. Okay, anyhow. Point fire, Nemos. The German potatoes are Nazis. Leave my Nazi potatoes out of this. That's great. Michael Haywood, fuck stores, taters, and Vaseline. You might. You might. You can probably keep the air out and oh wait, no, that's a petroleum product. Never mind, they'll rot anyhow. Alrighty, Paradox Fossils. Mashed potatoes and gravy sounds good right now. Oh, that sounds good all the time. Paradox Fossils. Michael, LOL. Michael Haywood, he can eat a 5-pound bag of taters. I can. Paradox Fossils again, LOL. Jupiter, what I got no idea. I got no idea. Fuck off, Ruthless says, don't encourage him, Paradox. He won't stop now. He'll believe that he's funny. God, that'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Paradox Fossils is making with the emoji art yet and again. Good job. Screen name 229. Look up the vile vortices. Hard to find info on, but there are 12 vertices like Bermuda Triangle evenly spread across the Earth. Seems I've heard that before, and I will look that up. Jupiter needs a drink to loosen up a bit. That was from Paradox. Paradox also states, start talking naughty, Jupiter. I'll leave that up to y'all. Alrighty, fuck off, Ruthless. Is it Chile or Peru that Purdy's are from? I think it's Chile, honestly.
Sorry, man. I'm so sorry to butt in. I just had the novel idea. Sorry, I was eating like one of those crunchy nut bars, you know?
Yeah.
I probably should have finished before interjecting. Had the novel idea because Ruthless contacted me earlier and he said this shit to me. I'm just going to read it out to you because it's kind of funny. It goes, and this is presumably in response to me banning him for being a total arsehole and trying to turn my chat against me. He's saying, 15:30 of your midweek chill stream is hilarious. I steamrolled you like I always do with your phony, disingenuous truthers. Yes, Peter, I will always be too much for you, for your like. It's a cosmology thing, you mental midget. 17:15. That's a timestamp of the stream. You're hypocritical bullshit artist. Oh no, he said he calls me a hypocritical bullshit artist. You didn't ban me, you dumbass. I did actually, and everyone sees it. Don't know what that means. Look at how you treated Brandy and then Wagon. I didn't treat him like anything, mate. I was just real, and then if I need to apologize, I apologize. That's just called being human. You'll see and hear me around, Peter. You fucking delusional noob. You arse clowns always hang yourselves online. Thank you. And then I said to him this, just so everyone knows, calm down, bro. I don't dislike you, but you are mad. You project all that onto me. I ain't perfect, but I ain't any of what you make out. You're delusional, bro. And then I go on to say, I'll unban you when you see the light. Until then, happy anti-truther LARPing. Because at the end of the day, Ruthless, you are an anti-truther LARPer, and I don't really get it. Whatever. And then I say, P.S. I'm not Richie from Boston, stop projecting. That's a mutual truther dude that we both know, and I think he's still traumatized or something. Actually, then I come and say this. Look, actually, bro, if you promise to play nice, I'll unban you now, since Icon might be on. And then I put in brackets, see how nice I am? Haha, your shout, mate. There you go. So I've left it in Ruthless's hands, just so everyone knows. If he sees the light and he decides to play nice, then he can come and play again like a normal human being. But until then, it's up to you, mate. But there you go. You can go sulk in a little corner down under all you want. Anyway, sorry, Icon. Sorry, mate.
All good. All good.
Well, where did you get to? I didn't mean to butt in. At least finish wherever you got to, and then we'll just truly quantum leap past a load of crap because, I've put us behind again.
Actually, this will go quick. It's all simple, one-syllable words, as I would expect from our chat. Yeah, Jupiter needs a drink and loosen up a bit. And Paradox Fossils also says, start talking naughty, Jupiter. Fuck off, Ruthless. Is it Chile or Peru that Purdy's are from? Chile, Jupiter, Paradox Fossils, shoosh. Paradox Fossils. Winking smiley face with a tongue hanging out. Ooh-wee. Fuck off, Ruthless says screen name 229 is Mr. Mank in disguise. That might be. That might be. Paradox LOL from Michael Haywood. Fuck off, Ruthless again. I like Jennifer Lawrence. Alrighty. Screen name 229. In the South, we used to have Carrie Hillard's restaurant with a cheddar baked potato. That sounds good, actually. Chessboard says, Icon the Great, can you explain Hershey Avenue to the young bee as the reference to the Hershey bar and Greta likes it up the rear? Yes, the Hershey Avenue or Hershey Highway is the bum hole.
I thought that's what he was going on about.
Yep. Fuck off, Ruthless says, you banned him? I've been waiting for him with this crap name so as I could constantly time the fucker out. And then fuck off, Ruthless also says, ARG! And then Michael Haywood is laughing his ass off. Whoopsie. And then I'm poking fun at fuck off, Ruthless. And then fuck off, Ruthless comes back with, why did nobody tell me he was banned? With a sad smiley face.
Well, I thought he was here when I mentioned that, honestly. But if you're a true fanboy, right? If you're a true fanboy, then you would have known that. You would have kept up to date. It's your own fucking fault.
Some people's kids. Oh, Sweetly Morbid Bear has returned.
Oh, has she?
Yes, she says, oh, yay, I'm back. Everyone's still here. We're all mad here. Yes, we're mad as hell, and we're not going to take it anymore. All righty. Michael Hayward says, you can't handle the Ruth. Clever. Richard Upton sends greetings to Morbid Bear. Paradox Fossils, hi, Sweetly Bear. Point fire, embargo on. Oh, that was just a horrible laugh. Sorry. Or maybe it was the way you typed it out. I don't know. Michael Haywood, Bear, glad you made it. Sweetly Morbid Bear, Michael, and blows kisses. Sweetly Morbid Bear, Richard, and blows kisses. Fuck off, Ruthless. Some more than others, sweetly. Uncle Bones, too. Michael Haywood, LOL. Paradox Fossils, also laughing out loud. Paradox Fossils then goes on to state, okay, I'm going to do another shot. Have one for me, brother. Sweetly Morbid Bear, Paradox, F off to you, dear sir. Fair enough. And Paradox Fossils as a shocked emoji. Michael Haywood says, knock 'em out, Paradox. Ooh, it's getting feisty up in here. Sweetly Morbid Bear, fuck, and blows kisses. You may want to read that for context because it's not quite as it sounds. Paradox Fossils.
Right.
No, anyone in general that runs across that in this video.
Right.
Paradox Fossils is pointing to a goofy smiley face and says, I love sweetie. Oh, Uncle Bones 2 says hashtag free ruthless. Chessboard says it's twoo. Paradox Fossils has a sad emoji. Or it's sad and sweaty. I can't keep up to this hip shit.
Icon, can I just say?
Says, yes.
Sorry, brother. I meant to say your screensaver. I didn't get to that, or your background. It looks to me like, is it some sort of I don't know, like stick insect or something? What is it?
Oh, you want to check it out? Awesome.
Well, no, I'd already seen it, and I was trying to see how many subscribers you have. You've only got 32. Can I just ask everyone who hasn't subscribed to Icon the Great, and the channel's his link is pinned at the top of the chat there. Just right click on it and open a new tab and go and subscribe to him, please. He's only got 32 subs. We're trying to smash him past 50 at least to get him going. But go on, mate. What is it anyway? Out of interest, what is it?
Okay. Years ago when I was living out in Washington State, I did some product photography for a couple of the pot farms out there so they can get their, pictures into a magazine. I was screwing around the one day, taking pictures of a beautiful nugget, and for whatever reason, I just felt like farting around with the different
it's a mirrored,
settings.
it's mirrored, isn't it? Yeah, I've just noticed
it's a mirrored nugget, and then I turned it vertical, and I looked at it, and it's like, holy crap! There's a pot creature looking back at me. This is awesome.
Well, so that's made of pot.
Yeah, it's a big giant nugget, and you're seeing all the crystals and stuff.
It's an angry pot monster. That's so cool.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. All right. I could actually, if I played with that a bit in GIMP, I could probably get a bit more depth and detail out of that,
GIMP?
It's I know, mate. Yes, it's a peasant. It's such a ridiculous name. It's a peasant Photoshop. I don't know why they called it GIMP.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what, of all things, but I don't know why they called it that. It's just ridiculous. But please, everyone, go and subscribe to Icon. No, joking aside, man. Pretty please. Just saying. All right, I'm back now. I was just checking your channel, seeing how many people are actually.
Subs, I will be doing my first live stream naked because, yeah, that'll get the girls.
Dude, actually, well, you actually should do that, but kind of dress in a toga or something, you know what I mean, or wear a leaf at least. Have a
wear a leaf.
Well, something. Wear a potato. Wear a little potato. One of your potatoes.
There you go. I like that. That's hilarious. Potato cod piece.
Dude, I dare you to do it, mate. It would probably be a draw just because it's such a total shit show thing to do. People would tune in just.
Is that too risque for the censors?
Maybe, man. Maybe if the AI god thinks they are actually your giant gonads, it'll ban you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come up with something. It's all good.
All right. Perfect.
Right on. I am gonna leave you to the chat for a minute, run make myself a pot of coffee. I'll be right back.
Yes, brother. All right. I don't know where he got to, but you carry on, mate, and I'll carry on, mate. Yeah.
Right on.
Let's do this. Well, I was gonna actually engage the chat on some other levels. I had some stuff prepared, so I did that whole news thing. What else was it I was actually gonna show you? I had a few ideas of things I was gonna actually show you all, man, but bear with me a sec. Let me just check behind the scenes what I was thinking. What was it now? Damn it. Oh, I was thinking, did anyone see I suppose this is a bit too dry, but did anyone see Senator Rand Paul tear Anthony Fauci a new one a couple of weeks ago? I might just try and bring it up anyway, just for a laugh, and show you a little bit of it. just because it'll change the energy up a bit, and it's a bit interesting. I thought it was awesome. Rand Paul totally wrecked Fauci. Amazing. Oh no, sorry, I'm pressing the wrong thing here. Sorry, bear with me. What am I trying to do? Video file, right. Are you all having a good time? I hope so. So we go to share file, and I go in the background, and I go to StreamYard assets. I'm just talking to myself, people. Joking to myself. Are you all ready yet for the end of the world? Have you got your water filters? Go and look in the description. Any crew that need a water filter, and just go and get it. Buy it tonight. Trust me, just buy it tonight, and you know you've prepared. Not for much longer. You're going to be able to get that sort of shit, I reckon. Right. Oh yeah, where is it? What's it called? Oh, that's Saggy Paw's tune as well. That I played before. I'm going to play more Saggy Paw. I'm going to shill you out a lot more, and Doombot. I'm going to shill you all out a lot more. Everybody shill out their channels if you want to, by the way. Sorry guys, I'm just failing to see what it's called now right now. I just found it as well. Right, bear with me. Sorry, I'm getting a little confused. Too many windows. Oh, complete exchange. That's what it was called. That's what's confusing me, because it starts with the word complete. I was looking for a Fauci or something. Right, complete. Oh yeah, there it is. I got you. Right, let's get that. Well, just to have a little go at playing something different, I'm going to try and play a bit of the exchange between Rand Paul and Anthony Fauci icon. But if the connection's horrible, in fact, I might actually follow Icon's advice and hide the chat from myself, so that I haven't got that graphic going. Oh yeah, okay. I'm going to try and play this then. Let's see how this goes.
I don't expect you today to admit that you approve.
In fact, I'm just going to pause that and let it catch up with itself. All right, let's play that again. Still getting used to this technology, people. Bear with me. All right, let's try this.
Fauci, I don't expect you today to admit that you approved of NIH funding for gain-of-function research in Wuhan, but your repeated denials have worn thin, and a majority of Americans, frankly, don't believe you. Even the NIH now admits that EcoHealth Alliance did perform experiments in Wuhan that created viruses not found in nature that actually did gain in lethality. The facts are clear. The NIH did fund gain-of-function research in Wuhan, despite your protestations. You can deny it all you want, but even the Chinese authors found in nature were created, and yes, they gained in infectivity. Your persistent denials, though, are not simply a stain on your reputation, but are a clear and present danger to the country and to the world. As Professor Kevin Esfelt of MIT has written, gain-of-function research looks like a gamble that civilization can't afford to risk. And yet here we are again, with you steadfast in your denials. Why does it matter? Because gain-of-function research with laboratory-created viruses not found in nature could cause a pandemic even worse the next time. We're suffering today from one that has a mortality of approximately 1%. They're experimenting with viruses that have mortalities of between 15 and 50%. Yes, our civilization could be at risk from one of these viruses. Experiments that combine unknown viruses with known pandemic-causing viruses are incredibly risky. Experiments that combine unknown viruses with coronaviruses that have as much as 50% mortality could endanger civilization as we know it. And here you sit, unwilling to accept any responsibility for the current pandemic and unwilling to take any steps to prevent gain-of-function research from possibly unleashing an even more deadly virus. You mislead the public by saying that the published viruses could not be COVID. Well, exactly no one is alleging that. No one is alleging that the published viruses by the Chinese are COVID. What we are saying is that this was risky type of research, gain-of-function research. It was risky to share this with the Chinese, and that COVID may have been created from a not yet revealed virus. We don't anticipate the Chinese are going to reveal the virus if it came from their lab. You know that, but you continue to mislead. You continue to support NIH money going to Wuhan. You continue to say you trust the Chinese scientist. You appear to have learned nothing from this pandemic. Will you today finally take some responsibility for funding gain-of-function research in Wuhan?
Senator, with all due respect, I disagree with so many of the things that you've said. First of all, gain of function is a very nebulous term. We have spent, not us, but outside bodies, a considerable amount of effort to give a more precise definition to the type of research that is of concern that might lead to a dangerous situation. You are aware of that. That is called P3CO.
We're aware that you deleted gain of function from the NIH website.
Well, I can get back to that in a moment if we have time, but let's get back to the operating framework and guide rails of which we operate under. And you have ignored them. The guidelines are very, very clear that you have to be dealing with a pathogen that clearly is shown and very likely to be highly transmissible in an uncontrollable way in humans and to have a high degree of morbidity and mortality, and that you do experiments to enhance that, hence the word EPPP, enhanced pathogens of
So when EcoHealth
pandemic.
Alliance took the virus,
Well, I would love to finish.
SHC014, and combined it with WIV1 and caused a recombinant virus that doesn't exist in nature, and it made mice sicker, mice that had humanized cells, you're saying that that's not gain-of-function research?
According to the framework and guidelines.
So what you're
of
doing is
P3
defining away gain-of-function.
No.
You're simply saying it doesn't exist because you changed the definition on the NIH website. This is terrible, and you're completely trying to escape the idea that we should do something about trying to prevent a pandemic from leaking from a lab. There's the preponderance of evidence now points towards this coming from the lab, and what you've done is change the definition on your website to try to cover your ass, basically. That's what you've done. You've changed the website to try to have a new definition that doesn't include the risky research that's going on. Until you admit that it's risky, we're not going to get anywhere. You have to admit that this research was risky. The NIH has now rebuked them. Your own agency has rebuked them. But the thing is you're still unwilling to admit that they gained in function when they say they became sicker. They gained in lethality. It's a new virus. That's not gain of function?
According to the definition that is currently operable, you know, Senator, let's make it clear for the people who are listening. The current definition was done over a 2 to 3 year period by outside bodies, including the NSABB, 2 conferences by the National Academy of Science, Engineering, and Medicine on December 2014, March 2016. We commissioned external risk-benefit assessment, and then on January of 2017, the Office of Science and Technology Policy of the White House issued the current policy.
And coincidentally,
I have not
the
changed
definition
any
appeared
definition.
on the same day the NIH said that, yes, there was a gain of function in Wuhan, the same day the definition appeared, the new definition, to try to define away what's going on in Wuhan. Until you accept it, until you accept responsibility, we're not going to get anywhere close to trying to prevent another lab leak of this dangerous sort of experiment. You won't admit that it's dangerous, and for that lack of judgment, I think it's time that you resign.
Thank you, Senator Paul. And I would like to give the time to Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, well, there were so many things that are egregious misrepresentation here, Madam Chair, that I don't think I'd be able to refute all of them, but just a couple of them for the listeners to hear for. You have said that I'm unwilling to take any responsibility for the current pandemic. I have no responsibility for the current pandemic. The current pandemic, okay? Number 2, you said the overwhelming amount of evidence indicates that's a lab leak. I believe most card-carrying viral phylogenists and molecular virologists would disagree with you that it is much more likely, even though we leave open all possibilities, it's much more likely that this was a natural occurrence. Third, you say we
We've
continue.
tested 80,000 animals and no animals have been
Paul,
found
please-
with COVID.
Senator Paul, the time is for.
And
Dr. Fauci to
third,
respond.
you made a statement just a moment ago that's completely incorrect, where you say we continue to support research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
You approved it in
which is
August of last
completely-
year.
No, your statement says, quote, I wrote it down as you were writing. You continue to support research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
You were in committee a month ago and
Which
said
is
you still trust the
completely-
Chinese scientists and you still support the research over there. You said it a month ago in
Senator
committee.
Paul, I have allowed Dr. Fauci to respond. You've had your time. I'm going to give him.
If he's going to
one
be
more minute.
dishonest, he ought to be challenged.
Senator Paul, we will allow Dr. Fauci to respond after you've given accusations like that. Dr. Fauci.
Well, I don't have any more to say except to say that, as usual, and I have a great deal of respect for this body of the Senate, and it makes me very uncomfortable to have to say something, but he is egregiously incorrect in what he says. Thank you.
History will.
Is that finished?
Yeah, I think it's finished.
Right, it just cut out at the very end for me. But did that come across for you, Icon? How was that?
Yeah,
Oh shit! Oh, hang on.
seen
Sorry,
that already too. So
sorry, mate. I removed you from the stream instead of the video. Sorry, say that again, mate.
oh yeah, it was a little choppy in the beginning, but otherwise it played through just fine.
Good, because it's such a good moment. Like, I don't know if it came across to everyone or everyone was in the mood, but it is awesome. Like, Rand Paul wrecks Fauci. Fauci's a little lying scumbag, allegedly, and I have to say that. But he's also allegedly, possibly, the guy charged with designing the mechanism by which they will, anyway, I can't say it, but you understand where I'm going with that, right? He's the new Mengele, but like next level version, basically, in theory, allegedly, according to some people, but I don't have an opinion either way. I've just heard people say that shit, but who knows? I don't know. I'm just IQ 64. Right. What are you saying? What are you saying, Icon? What did you make of that? Did you get anything from that?
I got plenty from it, but I'm not going to comment because it'll shut down your channel, my channel, and probably the fucking internet.
Yeah, I respect that, but I'll leave it. I'll let it just stand alone all by itself. Right, I've noticed active shooters in the house, which is awesome. I'll start with what's this? All right, I know I've missed what a bunch of y'all are saying. In fact, I'll try and be fair and so start kind of up here a little bit. But let's see. Richard Upton, people need to start knocking. Oh shit, sorry. Oh, what? Oh, right. Paradox Fossils. Reminds me of 1970s Planet of the Apes movie. What? Fauci? Because he looks a bit monkeyish. Richard Upton, people need to start knocking on China's door a bit to see how the thing was released from that laboratory. Yeah, well, I don't for a second think that it was not in total cahoots with. Well, I think it's a bit of a ruse, that, mate. I think the truth is it was likely created in the lab, because you got Peter Daszak speaking about how they spliced 5 killer viruses together in, I think, October 2019, and that's when the thing allegedly escaped the lab. But the truth of the matter is, no doubt it was created there. However, I don't think that was the real release mechanism. I think you'll find the real release mechanism might have been either through possibly through a vaccine, allegedly, or it was an airborne local effect in Spain, Italy, Spain, and New York. And then as soon as the media had enough to run on, they could fiddle the rest of the figures. Allegedly, and I'm not saying that I have an opinion either way.
Uh-oh, we lost the bee again. Shit. Hang on, folks. Taking off my jacket. The jacket is off and it's time to throw down in the chat. Let's see what all you hep cats and kittens are saying. Oh, man. There we go. Hello again, everyone. We will, well, we'll just start here. Fuck it. Point fire. Timelines and RCMP PDFs are very interesting. Made in Canada, tweaked in Wuhan. Could be. Paradox Fossil says, I heard it was a fortune cookie that Hillary brought back with her. It may very well have been in a fortune cookie. Screen name 229. They trying to Thanos snap us. That could be too. Michael Haywood says, Paradox, wrong Hillary's cookie costs a fortune. He forgot the badum ching. Point Fire says, pathogen was released during Wuhan military games. That could be. Paradox Fossils goes, yes.
Sorry, mate, how much of that did you hear of what I was saying?
Not even a minute. You crapped out.
What? You saying that it was a dead air for ages or what?
Like a couple, 2-3 minutes. It wasn't too bad.
Well, where were you then?
I was taking off my jacket and then I sat down and jumped into the chat.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. All right. Too bad. Well, I was saying a bunch of shit, but I was actually trying to respond to something in particular then, so I'm gonna have to repeat myself because it was a presumption someone had. Oh, it was about the lab leak. So you didn't hear anything I said to Chessboard about the lab leak theory?
No, not that I recall, but at the time I was in, transit back to the house so I can grab some coffee.
No, I'm not annoyed with you, Icon. I'm just frustrated that I was gone for a minute. It's all right. Apologies, everybody. It happens. Well, let me just respond to Chessboard. Chessboard, it's a bit of a ruse, the lab leak theory. It probably wasn't released there proper or accidentally, but it was no doubt either created there or was there for a time or being spliced together there. Allegedly, potentially. It's more likely that it was either possibly either released through an injectable or an airborne vector in Italy, Spain, and New York, and then the rest was an effect generated out of the figures as we've already come to understand. But I'm not going to get into that, and I'm just going to say allegedly, and some people believe that, and that is a theory floating out there. So when they float the lab thing, it's just one level of abstraction that they've had to accept that you know about, but it's not the true story, mate. There you go. Where did you actually get to with the comments, or shall I just jump back in again now that I'm here?
Oh, you can jump into the fray. That's all good.
All right, because I might have some things to say, and then I'll just get back up to speed. Here you go, Richard Upton. I think that was fake one active. The media advertisements about what they. Okay, I actually don't know what that's talking about. So, point fire timelines. I don't know. Yeah, I can't actually keep it straight. So I don't know where you guys are now. It's fine. Well, I might just abandon. You know what? I'm just going to assume that you. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to get back up to speed. Yeah, you know what? Forget it. Forget it. Right. So it doesn't look like there's a wagon then. Good to see you, Shooter. By the way.
No, I haven't seen him.
He's here. Look, active shooter. Knock on China's door. Can't get past the fucking wall. Yeah, the firewall. That's true. Yeah, you can't get past the fucking wall. The Great Wall. The Great Firewall of China. Screen name 229. Any lab has protocols and UV or cold plasma. You like your plasma, don't you? I've noticed. Any UV or cold plasma sanitation, so it is hard to be let out. Exactly. So it's not even likely that it got out the lab. That's what I'm saying. It's just that they allow you to believe that. It's far more likely that it was released or something. But I'm not going to say that that's for sure because I'm just saying allegedly. But anyway, Michael Hayward, or old dirty bastard at war. Right. I want to get Icon in somehow, but I don't want to let the chat get away if people are saying interesting stuff as well. In fact, let's do this, people. I remember Nemo suggested this, and it was quite a good idea. In fact, all right, let me get some of these big messages first, and then I'll do that afterwards. Screen name 229. Don't forget Russia got samples from Lake Vostok, which has been sealed for millions of years, and Putin is reviving ancient Assyrian horse warlords, literal super soldiers. Don't know. Point fire, the scientists escorted from Winnipeg were caught with pathogens in China. They admitted to transporting SARS-2, Ebola, and an unnamed pathogen, RCMP. List the Air Canada flight numbers. Right, okay, fair enough. Oh, like trying to get it back into the interior of the United States or something. Yeah, fine. Point fire, Trudeau called an early election as a guise to halt any more information from being released. Right, yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go with that. Paradox, I'm just going to do another shot. Go easy, mate. Fucking hell. Active shooter, tune in to watch Mr. Mank's plasma videos. Bang. I mean, I didn't get that in truth. Icon's laughing. I mean, I don't understand that. Active, you lost your mind or so? I didn't think you were into that shit.
It was
and
sarcasm.
Right, okay. Right, I tuned in to watch. All right, he left a D off, a very important D off that tuned. Right. Well, the plasma moon map stuff is interesting. It's not that I've got to think anything against plasma, but I'm just playing. Really, by the way. Screen name 229. I love me some torsioning plasma, lol. Yeah. I've noticed. I bet you've got loads of lava lamps. I just reckon you're surrounded by lava lamps and I don't know what those Tesla things, the little electrical fuzzy shit. What are they called? Well, you've got plasma ball, yeah, but then you've got, well, I suppose it is a plasma ball, really, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I suppose it is a plasma ball, yeah. But there's a name for it. It's called I can't even remember what it's called. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, we finally got to the end of the chat. Well, I was going to say, it's been a long one, Icon. I'm sort of tired myself. I'd be happy to leave it there myself. Where are you at?
Either or, we can go on. We can drop it here. Don't matter. I got time.
Yeah, I respect it, man. It's a little later over here. You know what? I will actually leave it, everybody. It's been a good one. I've enjoyed it. And that's only because I've got my sleep in and I don't want to knock it too far out, and I will because it's 2:30 here. It's basically 2:30. So what's she was saying? Michael has turned this room into personal gay bar. He's chased all the women away. That's true, actually. Good point. Where are the women's? Well, it probably didn't help me playing Senate hearings with Dr. Fauci, did it? Right. Let me say to Icon, just let's do this. Where are you at with your channel? What are your ideas? What's going to happen? What happens next?
Probably going to post a video from the eclipse last night just to put something up, and I have to figure out how to do the StreamYard thing, and I'll be ready to live stream.
Awesome. All right. Well, anyone who hasn't subscribed yet to Icon's channel, please go and do it. It's the address. It's the channel that's pinned there at the top of the chat. And everyone else, shill out your channels if you want to get subs. I'm starting to think this space should be where all the mods just start shilling their channels out, man, and get a bit of sub growth going, because why not? I know what it's like. It's the drag.
What does it take to connect StreamYard to YouTube? Because I signed up and that's been 72 hours already, but I didn't receive any notification in an email stating that it's ready to go.
Right. Well, it's you didn't have to wait at all, mate. All you have to do is you have to use the same, I believe you have to use the same email address associated with your YouTube account on StreamYard. So if you fail to do that, you might have to redo it again with the proper email address that's associated with your YouTube account. But I could also be wrong about that. But either way, that should be sufficient for StreamYard itself to locate your channel on YouTube, and that's it. If you had a second account like Facebook or Odyssey, you could put that in as well, and you can then stream to multiple platforms, basically. So it does it all for you. It's very easy, and all you have to do is just click on which platform then you want to stream to. It's got a little icon, and you just click on the Facebook one or the YouTube one. There's little tutorials on YouTube that you can find to do, mate. So that's it, though.
Okay, that works. Yeah, when I signed up for StreamYard, it said it needed 24 to 48 hours for it to process my, I don't know, new account or whatever it was, and then I'd be good to go. So I should be good now, and then I want to go to StreamYard and connect it to YouTube.
Right. Well, my mistake then, mate. I couldn't remember that, but maybe you're right. Maybe I had to do the same thing. I've just forgotten that 24-hour bit then. I don't know what you asked there at the end. What? Say that again.
I need to go to StreamYard and then connect to YouTube.
Yeah, you do it all from StreamYard. You don't even have to have opened up YouTube. I do open a tab just to keep an eye on YouTube simultaneously, but you don't theoretically need to do that. That's just a good way of checking it's all hooked up and working. But yeah, I'm happy to. I would be happy to talk you through it, mate. But I worked out myself, and I've only got an IQ of 64, so I reckon you could probably just about get there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll poke around and see if I can't get something going. And anyone that's listening now who is subbed on to my Icon the Great account, something might pop up tonight where I'm live. If I got it figured out, something might not, and I didn't figure it out. So stay tuned. Otherwise, I will get on live as soon as my dumb ass knows what to do.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's a good move. I hope you do one, mate, because it'd be good to see a video up there. That's what gets people excited. So even if it was just a 20-minute fucking around one, yeah, I think you should actually do it, mate. I don't think you should wait. I think get on it.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. I'm currently seeing if shit. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I might be. Why is this tinkling at me? Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Hang on. I got to put in my super top secret. Oh, shit. My super top secret login code.
You try and find out how many subs you've really got in the background, yeah?
Oh, okay. I'm ready for. I'm finally all set up with StreamYard, so I can do the live thing at some point.
Well, actually, Icon, could you even do it now? Or oh no, fuck it, we won't rush you because you can go and have a coffee and stuff. But there you go. Anyone who wants to catch an Icon stream that will be happening within half an hour, Icon, yes?
It provided everything works. Yeah, I can pop up at 9 o'clock Central Daylight Time here in the United States and see what happens.
There you go. So everyone who wants to get on that, then Icon's going to continue a stream in the after party. I will likely not be there, but you never know. I might pop in just for the very start of it if he does it soon. But yeah, it's been a good one. What I will do though is I will play you the Egmont Overture because we all love that tune. And it's a nice bit of 10 minutes bit of epic at the end. But thanks for everyone for showing up, man. And just because Shooter and can everyone go and get that water filter and not wait and shit and get the foraging book and just get that as a bare minimum? Shooter, could you just do that, mate? Get the damn water filter and be done with it. Thank you. Crew, I mean it. Don't wait on this one. Get that shit because what happens this winter we don't know. Get the bare minimum stuff. You won't be able to get it soon. Icon, thanks, brother. It's been really fun. I really like your lighting. It's been good to have you back and do this again because I sort of missed it all week. It's been a bit of a weird one this week for me, but yeah, it's good to have you back, mate. It's been a nicer flow when there's two people. It's not all me trying to do it all on my own. Like,
well, I appreciate you having me, and yeah, it's been a little bit of an off week. I really haven't felt much like talking until today, and now I'm in a better mood.
Well, we seem in a fine mood now. I'm sorry to hear it, brother. And remember, I said to you, you can always get in touch if you need to. I'll be honest, it probably I wasn't the most available this week myself, and you probably knew that. But any other time, mate, don't hesitate, man. Don't be alone with that shit. Talk to me.
Yeah, cool beans. I will definitely get
Awesome,
over
dude.
it if necessary.
Awesome. All right. Well, good luck with your stream and everyone. I've loved it. It's fun. Active shooter doesn't drink water apparently, so that's good to know. And then actually we've got Subdue Light. It's really nice to see you again, Subdue Light. Water filter is a sound idea. Filter from rivers, etc. Exactly. Go and get the water filter. Trust me. Trust me. It's the cheapest and best you're going to get for what it does. And screen name 229. Sorry for sort of being a bit harsh, but you know what I'm like, mate. And it's just a nice little wrestling contest. It's all good. All right, people. Well, Sweetly, you have one. Sweetly's got one already. That's good. An active shooter. It's larger or It's lager or mouthwash for me, depending if I'm driving. Very good. Very funny, dude. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to play the Eggman Overture. I kind of you're just going to jump off, aren't you? Because you're going to get to doing all your thing, or do you want to have a word after? It's your shout, honestly.
Well, if you got a minute and I can hang
Yeah.
out, then maybe you can guide me through the live stream thing if I got any questions.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do that then. That's cool. Yeah, we'll do that then, mate. All right. Well, you hang out, or you can even, as long as you jump back on in time, mate, then you can jump off for a second. But or if you're happy sitting pretty, then I'll just play the music. How about that?
Yeah, I'm happy just sitting here. That's cool.
Awesome. Well, you can still get to the chat, obviously, and what I'll do,
Yeah.
Icon, just so you know, I'll take you off the screen so I can play the music, and then just don't take yourself out of the thingy. I'll put you
Right.
back on just towards the end. All right, folks. I'll see you. Well, I don't know when I'll see you. Probably tomorrow night. Actually, I think Hobbs was talking about jumping on. Yeah, probably see you tomorrow night. See, in fact, oh shit, I say that I've got to move into the flat hard tomorrow night. But you know what? It might be late tomorrow night, but we'll see. Anyway, Icon, thanks, brother. See you soon. I was doing the
Peace.
same behind my avatar. Fuck you all. See ya. Bye. Bye.